Go ahead and get started. So today I am doing a bit of a celebration stream. This is some impromptu playing Storm. I had not originally planned to play Storm on stream this week. I had planned to scrub out of SCG Indianapolis because I couldn't find the right deck and play the Standard Classic and have an overall very mediocre weekend. But that didn't happen. So instead what happened is we played Storm. We finished the Swiss at 12-2-1, which put me alive for top 8. And we faced 3 incredibly good matchups in top 8 and ended up winning it all. So, what just happened to my Storm list? This is what happens when you have too many copies of Storm. Oh, look at that. Just messed it all up. Perfect. Either way, so in celebration of that, I'm going to be playing some Storm today. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my tournament beforehand. I'm doing that on this first video. There's going to be 2 total videos. So if you're watching this one, you want to see more Storm content, check out the other Storm video. Should be from the same date today. You can find it in the Modern playlist on my YouTube channel. So it should be relatively easy to find and will provide all of the Storm content you need. So today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to iterate a little bit on the list. This list is very, very similar to what I played. I'm trying to keep it a little more conservative so I can talk about the things I liked and the things I didn't like about my list before making any kind of drastic changes at all. But overall, I liked my list a lot. And this version of Storm is the version I've liked for most of its existence in Modern post-Gitaxian Probe. So the last 2-ish years or so. And a lot of people ask about the card Merchant Scroll specifically. That's a card that you don't really see in Storm anymore. And I know like the Storm Bros, Caleb Scherer, Paul Muller, to name a few of the prominent Storm players, really dislike this card. I don't really get it, but they dislike it a lot. And so we're, Trophy didn't happen. Trophy is on my right. I guess, I don't know, I could put it closer somewhere, but it's like, I'll get you to see it. There we go. Hopefully that's good enough. But it's back there. It's next to the old Worcester trophy. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Merchant Scrolls. But to do that, I need to talk a little bit more about my approach to Storm in general. So the way I approach Modern Storm is it's an archetype where in game 1, I wanted to do the same thing every single game. So a lot of my card choices I think are very optimized for having the turn 2 creature. You know, I want to play 1 cantrip on turn 1. I want to play a creature on turn 2. Turn 3, I either want to kill them with 2 rituals and a Gifts Ungiven, or I want to cast the Gifts Ungiven, untap, and kill them on 4. So I want to kill them on turn 3 or 4 every time after playing a creature on 2. Now, obviously the interactive decks will, put a wrench in that plan, etc., etc. But for this tournament, I didn't expect that many interactive decks, and instead wanted to just make my deck kill my opponent like on the same turn every single game with my game one plan. So this is where I get these decisions like playing 8 bears. It isn't random. I want access to as many creatures as possible. If the first one gets killed, I want to have the second one dialed up. And even 2 creatures can be useful sometimes, like being able to make things, Gifts Ungiven cost 2. You can, there's some angles you could take where the second creature matters a lot for playing like multiple Gifts Ungivens and stuff like that. But I want to for sure have a creature every game. I want to for sure have a Gifts Ungiven every game, so I have Merchant Scrolls to search them up. And so, like, I found that when I didn't have Merchant Scrolls in my deck and instead had these Merchant Scrolls just like other cantrips, like more Ops, more Sleight of Hands, just went up more 1-mana cantrips, I just wasn't finding my Gifts Ungiven enough. The modern cantrip suite is not powerful enough to make sure that I can guarantee a Gifts Ungiven. Maybe if they were all like Serum Visions. I don't know how many Serum Visions I would play if I could play Infinity, but like I can't. That's not the real world. And Opt is barely better than drawing a card. Sleight of Hand is not a great Magic card. Like these are not powerful cantrips. And so having a tutor for the Gifts Ungiven, and I mean in corner cases the Remands and the Echoing Truth, is like a very powerful effect, especially when you need it right now. It costs the same amount of mana if you have a creature in play. Like if you aren't playing your cantrip on turn 1, like you've already played your cantrip on turn 1, you have a creature in play on turn 2, you can search up your Gifts Ungiven for 1 mana with a creature in play on turn 3. And that's like fine. That's like not actively a bad thing to do. And so I like Merchant Scroll a lot for filling that role. But when I move to the sideboard games, I often board out some, if not all, of my Merchant Scrolls because it is a card that is very linear. It plays my game 1 plan very well. And then when I move to the sideboard and bring in a bunch of red enchantments and other alternative win conditions, I don't necessarily need a Gifts Ungiven every single game. Sometimes I'll need a Blood Moon. Sometimes I want an empty, and like that's fine. Sometimes I have Aria, and I just like have enough spells with Aria to kill my opponent. So like I don't need a Gifts Ungiven every single game in the sideboard games. Instead, I'm bringing in interaction and I'm bringing in alternative win cons. And Merchant Scroll is just kind of a clunky card that gets me a suboptimal card post board anyway. So that's a lot of my thinking behind Merchant Scroll. That's why I like the Merchant Scroll versions a lot. That's why I like the 8 creature versions a lot. I think a lot of the Storm deck as we saw it before Humans and Shadow kind of, I feel like, took over the format and were the ruling decks and kind of edged Storm out of the metagame. I think that the deck kind of got over-engineered with like all the access to so many cantrips and like multiple bounce spells in the main deck. Like I don't want any of it. I don't want to touch that. I want a tutor for my 1 bounce spell and like a couple remands so I can do remand Grapeshot lines and so I can have a little bit more interaction with counter spells in the main deck games. And that's it. I want to go really light on that. And overall I want this to be searching Gifts Ungiven every single game so I can just have more Gifts Ungivens. Have 7 functional Gifts Ungivens. The Fiery Islet, I'm playing over a Shivan Reef. Literally used to be a Shivan Reef in my deck list. I think this card's just a lot better, especially if you're getting Path to Exiled, Assassin's Trophy. Like, the way they're interacting with your creatures gives you a land, and so you're going to want to crack your Islet and be able to draw a card. I didn't do it that many times in the tournament, probably once or twice, but it did come up, and it was, like, probably, in my opinion, it was functionally a little bit better than a Shivan Reef. So I was pretty happy with the Fire Islet. But outside of that, this deck is the same deck I've been playing for years. The sideboard has a couple upgrades with Aria of Flame and Mystical Dispute, but in general, this like main deck configuration is very similar to what I played in like July of 2017. There's not a bunch of big brain changes from then, even though people act like it's brand new and all kinds of new and interesting choices. It's really just the same thing I've been playing for years. It's just the Storm deck was, I think, innovated on past where it needed to be. Thank you very much, Ozymandias. I really appreciate it. Wow, Gift Storm Stream, completely unrelated to any events of the past weekend. You goddamn right. Look, Aria is the best Storm enchantment. Pyromancer Ascension was the best Phoenix enchantment. Leave me alone about it. Anyways, so, yeah, running through my list, 18 lands, pretty stock, 8 cantrips, in my opinion, pretty stock. I did a 2-2 split so that I can Gifts Ungiven and grab, like, one of each cantrip as well as, like, another Gifts in fair matchups. That's something I do every now and again when I'm just doing, like, a value Gifts and I want cantrips. I can just grab, all the different name one. But in general, I think Sleight of Hand is better in this deck than Opt is. But I think being able to grab Opt is important enough with Gifts Ungiven that I did, like, a 2-2 split. Nothing big brain, just, like, kind of trying to make my Gifts Ungivens a little bit better. 8 creatures, love it. I shave a lot. I usually shave 1 or 2 when I'm doing the sideboard games, and I don't necessarily need one. Once again, it gets back to the Merchant Scroll thing. Having 8 creatures allows me to pretty easily cut 1 or 2 when I'm sideboarding, and same with Merchant Scrolls. You can always cut the Merchant Scrolls. So like these redundant pieces that I just don't need as many of when I'm doing some sideboard juking, I can trim on, and it makes sideboarding a lot easier. The cards you don't really touch ever. I got, 4 Writs. I guess you do touch the Grapeshots. We'll move those over. But these are the cards I basically never side out, never move anywhere because they're just the core of our deck. The horrible rituals that +1 mana, Pyretic, Desperate, it's like strictly better because you can splice. And Manamorphose. So these are kind of our busted cards. These are our rituals. I never trim on these, never touch these numbers. And yeah, they're just the core of our deck. They're the spells that we're casting to use to make our payoff spells worth it. Nothing big brain there at all. Then you have, of course, the Grapeshots. You play 2 of them because sometimes you do need 2 of them. There's also, like, you could use the first one as, like, a Wrath. If you're playing a creature strategy, you could just kill other creatures and, like, find the second one later. Sometimes you just need the second one because their life total is really high. I found that 2 is really important. If the first one gets exiled by, like, a Thought-Knot Seer or something, you're not just cold. It's pretty free to just put the second Grapeshot because Grapeshot's a reasonable card in Modern as it is. It's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, it interacts with enough decks. You can kill Planeswalkers. You can kill creatures. It is interactive enough and enough of a real Magic card that the second one is not that high of a cost to put in your deck, and it gives you a lot of upside, so where you're not cold to things like Thoughtseize, Scavenging Ooze, or Grapeshot, or whatever. Like, you always have, like, a second copy backup for needing to kill opponents that punk you out by, like, eating your first Grapeshot. So then you have the 3 Merchant Scrolls, and then all the Merchant Scroll targets, aka 2 Remands, 1 Echoing Truth. This is just for main deck nonsense. Like if you get Leylined in the main deck, you do have an out. And, you know, Damping Sphere in the main deck, same deal. You can just use a Merchant Scroll, search up your Echoing Truth, and move on with your life. Get that crap out of your way. And it's no harm, no foul. And that's where Merchant Scroll also excels, is when you're playing against main deck nonsense permanents, being able to, like, not have multiple bounce balls in your deck, because bounce balls suck. They're terrible Magic cards. So you just kind of want, like, one that's a catch-all. It returns all of the things that have the name of the thing you're trying to pick up and puts it back in their hands so you can kill them. You have Merchant Scrolls to tutor them up, so you have 4 pseudo copies, and you're just in great shape. And then, of course, you have Gifts Ungiven, name of the deck, Gift Storm, busted card, almost always grabbing one of each of these core cards, and a Past in Flames. And, of course, you have 2 Past in Flames because you need it. You actually need it to do the Gifts chain, because otherwise if they just bend to the Past in Flames, then if you flash back the Gifts, you don't have a second Past in Flames to grab to cast the Grapeshot. So you have to have 2 Past in Flames if you're trying to kill with Gifts Ungiven. That's just like the number you always have. You're not going to play 1. You could maybe play 3 for some ungodly reason, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. This card's not great on its own. It's just kind of a 4-mana nonsense card. Doesn't really do anything. And yeah, it's just not a very good card. It's Yawgmoth's Will, and it's necessary for your deck, but it is not that good of a Magic card. It gets hosed by Graveyard Hate, just unbelievably bad. Who plays Past in Flames? So yeah, deck makes a lot of sense. Sideboard, 2 Mystical Dispute. I think this card is really well positioned for the weekend because of Urza. Counters the card Urza. Also counters Imri, counters Saheeli, counters Sai. Counters all their problematic, big, expensive blue things, while still doing, like, a lot of work against the Cryptic Command decks, where you have a 1 mana, it's like a Dispel, right? 1 mana Cryptic Command. Also counters things like Teferi, that's a big one to counter. Narset's another big one to counter. All these Planeswalkers that Blue-White's trying to cash, you can just 1 mana counter it. And then, of course, if it doesn't target a blue spell, if there's like a white spell you need to target, you can still pay 3 mana and cast it. Like, it's not even that bad of a card. Or 2 mana, if they're trying to path your bear, it only costs 2 mana to counter it. And Mystical Dispute, I'm pretty impressed with, and honestly, this is a card on my radar to potentially play a third of. I was in love. They were so good. This is the only card I board in against Urza, and they're great. I love them. Like I said, could almost play a third. 2 Abrades. These, I was really high on Abrade this weekend because I think there's going to be a fair bit of creature decks as far as like the Devoted Druid went. Like that's the other way you could go as far as trying to race the outcome decks and the amulet decks, is you could play these creature decks because there's not a lot of removal. And so I wanted to have access to a lot of removal spells. So I played 2 Bolts, 2 Abrades in the tournament. And the Abrades also pick up Damping Sphere, which is a card I expect a fair bit of because people think that's going to be enough hate to kill Storm, while hating on like Urza outcome because of like the sphere effect, and it also hates on the land strategy. So like Tron, Amulet, all the big mana strategies. So people, I think, were pretty high on Damping Sphere coming into the weekend. I wanted to make sure I had an excess of answers to it. So I played a split of Abrade and Bolts. This Lightning Bolt in particular is what we're trying with the Leyline of Sanctity, because Leyline of Sanctity was terrible. And so it was a card I kind of threw in because I wanted a Leyline of Sanctity because of the burn matchup, and I think the burn matchup was really bad. And I wanted it to flex into other matchups. So like it flexed to like Jund and Shadow, and so I thought, I was like, okay, sure, Jund, Shadow, and Burn, Leyline of Sanctity's got to be good enough. Thank you for the follow, I really appreciate it. So I played a Leyline of Sanctity with this 3rd Bolt. I think it sucked, so we're going to try another Lightning Bolt to interact with, like, Burn and also some of the creature strategies. So now we have 3 Lightning Bolts. This might be too much removal. Like I said, this Bolt might be better as, like, a Mystical Dispute or something, but it seems kind of marginal. We're going to figure it out as we play. For Aria of Flame. So, big fan of this card in this deck. This is like the sideboard juke that Storm always wanted, right? This is a card that allows you to completely juke sideboard hate, pressures sideboard graveyard hate, and it pressures planeswalkers, where there's like a lot of these prison-style planeswalkers now in the form of like Narset, Teferi, even like pressuring like a Karn could be okay. I bring in like 1 or 2 against Tron because like you can play it post Karn Liberated, kill the Karn Liberated. You can play it after Karn Great Creator, pressure the Karn Great Creator so that you don't get latticed. It's just like, it's a great card. And on top of all of that, Death Shadow is on the rise, and holy cow is killing Death Shadows with Aria of Flame a feeling. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So I played the full 4. Card's incredible. I was happy with 4, but it did make my Empty the Warrens worse. Because Empty the Warrens is your old sideboard juke for graveyard hate. Like, you know they're going to be bringing in Rest in Peace, so your only option really was to, like, try to Empty the Warrens then, because that didn't use the graveyard. You didn't have to Passive Flames, you didn't have to Grapeshot. Grapeshot just requires you to cast a bunch of spells, and usually, like, you need Passive Flames to double your spell count, so you can actually get up to 20 spells and Grapeshot them. Empty the Warrens, you only need to cast like 5-6 spells, and you're going to make a fair bit of goblins, and if they're not ready for it, they're going to die to it. But when you have Aria of Flame as your sideboard juke, then like suddenly now you're kind of overloaded on jukes. Like if I'm playing against a Rest in Peace deck, I don't want all of this. Like this is a lot of cards. I'm going to dilute my deck. I'm going to draw too many payoff cards. I'm not going to have enough of the core like BS that I need to make these cards good, because you do need a critical mass of spells to make these cards good. And so I don't know. I almost wonder if we only need like one Empty the Warrens, because I found this is kind of the package I brought in. I could also see maybe only 3 Aria of Flame, but I liked Aria of Flame a little bit better than Empty the Warrens. Or it might just not matter, because there are some matchups where I want both Empty the Warrens and none of the Arias, and there's some matchups where I want the Arias and none of the Empty Warrens. So, like, maybe that's just fine, but, like, I don't know. There is a real diminishing return on having this many sideboard graveyard hate jukes. And so, I don't know. We'll see what's up. We'll see how I feel about it. We'll see how the sideboard mappings are impacted, and I kind of want to talk about it as we play some of the matchups. Last but not least, Zach Allen's favorite Magic card, Blood Moon. Card's great. This is one of the reasons I always play Fetch Land Storm. You notice I have Fetch Lands in my deck. I have Basics. I have Shock Lands. I love the Fetch Land mana base. I think that the honoring your scries by, like, not having Fetch Lands is kind of nonsense. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it matters that much. And I do think Blood Moon matters a lot. This is a card that is a punk out strategy, and I bring it in a lot of the matchups with greedy mana bases, so like Shadow and Jund, and of course I bring it in against the big mana decks, so like Tron and Amulet. And it is incredible in both those matchups, especially because we can play it on turn 2. If you can turn to a Blood Moon in Modern, that is nice. Like, that is a good card, especially if it's not your main strategy. That's why the Modern Prison decks don't work in Modern. It's because if it's your main strategy, there's enough decks that just beat it, they just don't care. But if you can just, for free, get access to Blood Moon as, like, a free win card in your sideboard, I think that's incredible. And this is another card that I was just overly impressed with and could almost see playing a third in this deck, because Blood Moon is just very, very good in this deck. I got multiple free wins against Shadow decks. I got, obviously, some free wins against the Amulet decks, the Tron decks. It was a great card. I was very, very impressed with it, and there's times I did play it on turn 2 in the tournament. This isn't like a corner case thing. It comes up, and it's great. All right, so let's answer some questions real quick before I talk about my tournament. All right, can you talk about how to side against Blue, White, and Jund? So, Ozymandias, my sideboard guide is available in the Team Nova Patreon. So if you go to Team Nova's Twitter, it's just at Team Nova MTG. Pinned post is the Patreon. You can join the Patreon. You can see my sideboard guide from Indy. Generically, I mean, I'm not going to search this up, but generically, like, I bring in a lot of the punk out cards against Jund. So, like, you're going to see me sideboard something like this against Jund. And against Blue-White, I don't want the Blood Moons, and I don't want as many empties, so I believe I bring in, like, the 2 disputes. So I bring in something like these 7 cards in the middle here against, like, Blue-White. Because Mystical Dispute's good, and the way I approach the Blue-White matchup is I want to make my land drops. I'm going to wait as long as possible. I don't want to play their game. I'm not trying to go for it early because they want to 1-for-1 me with counter spells as we play Magic. I don't want to do that. I want to go for it all in one turn. I'm going to play my bear on turn like 8. I'm not going to play my creature out early unless I have multiples because I want them to path it. Which allows me to make more land drops. But if I only have one creature, I'm going to hold it for as long as possible. I'm going to play it out. They're going to let it resolve because they want to get equity out of their Path to Exiles. And then I'm going to start trying to combo off. And they're going to put spells in the stack to try to respond to me at every step of the way. But my spells are cheaper than their spells, and my spells are rituals. So I'm going to beat them on the mana axis, and I'm going to win on like turn 8. We have inevitability as long as you don't play their game. You need to just like take it slow, and if they ever tap out, punish them for it by killing them. And if they don't tap out, then eventually just draw up to where you have like 8 cards, you have 8 lands in play, beat them on the mana axis. And then the Jund, obviously Passive Flames is your best card. Scavenger Goose is the scariest card, so I can almost see bring in Blood Moons. I mean, bring in Lightning Bolts, but with all these sideboard jukes that we have access to, I don't think you even need to. Like, we're going the full graveyard juke. And also, it's pretty good against discard, because Aria of the Flame off the top, right? Like, if you just cast spells over the course of time, you don't need to cast all your spells at one turn, which makes Aria of Flame better than a Storm card against Jund. So, big fan of all these cards against Jund. And, yeah. All right, that was kind of a lot of words. Hated the thing. Thank you very much, J-Train. How are fetches? Fetches are incredible. Worried about burn? Why not play Weather the Storm? I thought about that, but it's kind of bad. Like, playing green in your deck has a real cost. You have, like, for how many Weather the Storms you're going to play? Like 3? At that point, like, come on, that's too many cards just for one matchup. I don't think you can do that. Storm needs enough core BS, correct. Do you still need empty if you have Aria? Yeah, who flung poos? That's exactly what I was just talking about. Empty is also amazing against burn. I agree. Empty is the one thing that can kind of get under an Eidolon of the Great Revel. And so you can just like turn 2, just like Ritual, dork around with a Morphose, and then just empty them. And then you can finish them off with bolts because we're bringing in bolts anyway. So that's kind of why bolts are good, right? Is like you can pressure with empty and then lightning bolt them, or they just bolt the Eidolon if you're still trying to go for a kill. So empty is good against burn. Empty's also good against like dredge. Like it's the only card I don't bring in Aria against dredge, but I do bring in empty. It's just there's just like various examples of like times where I want Aria and I don't want empty, and times I want empty and don't want Aria, and it's just like, I don't know. I'm overall kind of fine with having some split. I don't know what that split needs to be. I don't know if it's like 3-3, 3-2, and this becomes like a Blood Moon or something. Like, I don't really know what the splits need to look like. I would have to play probably a lot of matches, and I think overall, like, finding the correct number is very marginal. So, those are all the words about that. Super big congrats on the win. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very, very happy. Very, very timely. Let's talk about my tournament. So, notepad, eat. Alright, my matchups were these. Let's see, I played one of these in top 8. I guess I'll separate out the top 8 matches. And these were both in top 8. 2 Amulet, and 1 Urza. I guess it was the, like, Ascend... I don't even know how to spell Ascendancy, so we're just going to abbreviate. So these are my matchups I played in the tournament. And ironically, I was saying this to a couple of my friends, but if I had known, like, ahead of time, like, if you handed me this list of decks and, like, Drake, this is what you're going to play against, I would not have played Storm in this tournament. Like, 5 Death Shadow, 2 Jund, and a Burn, I think I'm way more than likely to pick up 3 or 4 losses here. I just don't think that, like, I think I can beat a lot of these cards. This is, like, Green-White Eldrazi. I think I can beat a lot of these decks here, but, like, I think I'm very likely to pick up 3 or 4 losses in this, and that's just not really where I want to be, especially if I play these all on day 1. So, like, these are the decks I wanted to play against. These decks that I played in top 8, this is what I showed up for. I was like, oh, my deck's great against the Amulet because I have a faster Goldfish, great against Urza because I have a faster Goldfish, and I interact better, so I just absolutely obliterate that matchup. I think that matchup is even better than the Amulet one, as I think Amulet interacts a little bit better than Urza does. But Burn's like a 20% matchup. Shadow, I think I'm slightly unfavored against. And Jund, I think I'm like fairly unfavored against. So I was like, bleh. I don't know. Like, looking at these matchups, I would not have played Storm. But we played a lot of these decks in day 1. We only played Shadow twice in day 2. So we played it 3 times day 1. I played Jund both times that I played it day 1. And it was clear that people do not remember how to play against Storm. That or they never have, right? They could just be newer Magic players. But it was clear that people didn't really know what was going on. I definitely was at an experience advantage going into the matchup when it came to both Shadow and Jund. They just didn't, like, my opponents didn't really prioritize. Their hand keeps were questionable. They didn't prioritize the right cards. Some people sideboarded not great. It was very, very clear that people have forgotten how to play against Storm. So I got a lot of wins out of just kind of knowing a little bit more about the matchup than my opponents did. And that was really nice. And that allowed me to finish with an 8-1 record despite playing Shadow 3 times day 1, Jund twice day 1, and Burn. All of that's in day 1. And I finished 8-1 day 1. And I think that's incredible. And so... a lot of the players I played on the good matchups, though, and, like, this is kind of what I knew going in. I knew that the good players would be on the Amulets, the Trons, the Urzas. So a lot of day 2 was those decks. They were the good players on those decks. And so going into the tournament, after I 8-1 day 1, I was pretty sure that I was, like, fairly likely to be... I mean, I was very likely to top 8 in my opinion, going into day 2, because I knew my deck was going to be good against the day 2 decks before the tournament even started. I knew the decks that the good players are going to play, my deck was good against. So I just need to slog through the modern nonsense. I need to slog through the garbage that people are going to play in the early rounds of the tournament that can just crap on Storm in order to actually get to top 8. In order to actually get to day 2. Like, day 1 is going to be harder than day 2. And I think I definitely saw that. Like, day 2, I played Urza Outcome first round against Paul Muller. I played Tron, that was Dominic Harvey. I played one of the Shadow players was Jonathan Hobbs. That was a tougher matchup. My entire top 8 was good players, but they were on Amulet, Urza, so I was in very good shape. The Green-White Eldrazi player was very good, but even he seemed a little, like, I guess, inexperienced in the Storm matchup because Green-White Eldrazi wasn't really a deck when Storm was around. And so the Dredge player made top 8. The Dredge player played round 9 of day 1, made top 8. But that's a very good matchup for Storm. So, like, a lot of the very good players that I played against throughout the course of the tournament were on good matchups for me. And so overall, that meant I could leverage my skill in the hard matchups. And I was favored in the good matchups against the good players. So that's kind of my tournament. Yeah, 12-2-1. Ended up winning all 3 of my top 8 matches to now go to my first Pro Tour. And I'm also going to get 30 points for the Player of the Year race and the Players Championship race. And that's pretty big. I don't know where I'm at on the leaderboard. Haven't looked. Don't plan on looking. Think it's toxic my mentality. But it was a big weekend for me. And Storm was great. I have yabbered enough. Any final questions before we get started? Yeah, Shadows. I did just get started. I say that, but I've been live for like 30 minutes just talking about my tournament, talking about my deck choice, and kind of talking about why I played the deck. Because, of course, it was good against Amulet and Urza, and I think those are the decks the good players were going to be playing. So, Modern League. Let's play some games. Tired of blabbing. Thank you very much for the follow, by the way. Spider Space, Ivo, Zenther, and Mad Fail. It's just X Mad Fail X. Thank you very much for the follows. I really appreciate it. I don't believe that you're ever tired of blabbing. Very fair. Very, very fair. Ozymandias, thank you very much. I really appreciate the follow. Very exciting tournament to watch. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad it was fun to watch. There were some sweet games. Against Dominic Harvey, previously against Tron, I'm not going to do this anymore, but on my sideboard against Tron, I was boarding out Echoing Truth, and he knew that because he's obviously a member of Team Nova. He has access to the Nova Patreon. And so he boarded in his Leylines of Sanctity, right? Leyline of Sanctity game 2 on turn 0 after I lost game 1, and I didn't have Echoing Truth in my deck, didn't have Empty the Warrens in my deck. And so I was just like, well, I have no way to storm kill him. And so I had to kill him with creatures. And I put all 4 Goblin Electromancers in play with a Baral. And I just killed him on turn 6 or whatever after abrading his expedition maps to keep him off lands. It was a super sweet game. So this hand's got a lot of what we want. We got Ritual. So that's going to be helpful to get us started when it comes to the gifts. We have a Sleight of Hand to cantrip on turn 1. Remember what I said what I want to do? I want to cantrip on 1, play my bear on 2. We got 2 steps. We got the lands to do it all. We're just missing a gift. So it's an easy keeps from me. There's a lot of merit to fetch Shocking on turn 1 in order to honor this kind of play like we are fetchless Storm, because we don't probably want to draw the card that we're not taking off Sleight of Hand. And so there's a lot of merit to fetch Shocking because we're going to want multiple red sources. We have a Spirebluff Canal to follow up to play our Baral. And so I actually think I am going to do that. There's some consideration to your life total, but if I'm already planning on conceding the burn matchup anyway, then I don't really care that much about watching my life total. I'm just going to use my life willy-nilly and assume I'm going to kill my opponent faster than they're going to kill me. A second creature's not really what we want to pick up, but if they have removal spells, it'll be good. 8 dorks is not typical, but Storm isn't really played very much right now in Modern, so nothing is really typical at the moment. But, yeah. Thank you all for the congratulations, by the way. I really appreciate it. What do you think of Mono Red Prowess? I think that deck is kind of the worst Storm. You're relying on sticking your creature and keeping it in play, and then, killing your opponent by casting a bunch of spells. Why are we not just storming people? That was actually, seriously, that's exactly why I played Storm over something like Mono Red Prowess, is it felt like I actually had a better matchup against the Fatal Push decks. So, I don't think Mono Red Prowess is very good right now. How do you fight through mental fatigue during the course of a 9-round day? Sob... I'm just going to call you Sob. There's a lot of words going on there. Sob, I wrote an article. It was actually my first article I ever wrote a long time ago. That was sustaining mental stamina through a tournament. There's a lot of small things I do, but the super TLDR is I stay hydrated, because that's very important for mental fatigue. I eat light, not heavy greasy stuff, but I eat light granola bars, things like that, things that keep my energy up so I don't start just zoning out. I don't context switch, so I don't spend a lot of time talking to people, looking at vendors, looking at artist stuff, which sucks because I want to do those things, but you can't. Because doing that context switching where you're talking and thinking about something else other than the Magic you're playing and just focusing on your deck and the tournament, the format, is going to cost you some mental stamina. And there's just oh, am I playing the mirror? What are the chances I'm playing the mirror? Did I popularize this deck enough? I don't know. I'm just going to play my Goblin Electromancer, hope for the best. We're on the play if so, because like turn 2, like this next turn, if they play a bear, we could just like, hopefully it's like this one, and we could just like opt Grapeshot it, and that'd be disgusting. But there's a lot of small things you can do. You know your limits. Like if you are not, like a lot of it comes with experience, where you just play a lot of tournaments. It's like, how do you get better at running a mile? You run the mile a bunch. This looks like it might actually be Storm. And so, like, the more tournaments you play, the better you're going to get at sustaining mental stamina naturally, because you're just going to get more mental endurance. And so, if you are playing your first ever Open, don't play, like, Miracles, or, like, maybe even Storm's going to be a little tough. Am I getting bolted? Don't bolt me. Rude. Now that I know they're a Lightning Bolt deck, I'm going to hold this Baral as long as possible. Oh, shit, we drew Gifts Ungiven. So what we're going to do here is we have ritual gifts available to us. I don't know what they're doing. Honestly, I can't kill them this turn. I know that. Not even with like a ritual draw. We can't kill them. So I have opt available to me on Instep. If I don't think they're holding up counter magic, we can like writ gifts and then like maybe untap and kill them. Especially like if they go untap, like tap out for something nonsense, like the Royal Silence. Just name something. We're going to Instep, writ, Gifts Ungiven, try to untap, play Baral, and kill them. But for now, I don't really know what's going on my opponent's side of the field. They're obviously some kind of Serum Visions Lightning Bolt deck. I don't really know what they're doing. I don't want to run my Baral into another removal spell, so we're going to hold it. And we're just going to kind of get a read on what's going on this side of the table. If they don't do anything and they look like they're holding up counter magic, we're going to opt, and we're going to try to hit our land drops. We're going to try to find a land, hit our land drop, and then hopefully we're going to hold up 4 mana for the entire game until we gifts them. So that's where we're at. Blue Moon seems awful. Maybe the Blood Moony. Arcanist. Well, unfortunately, they're holding up Lightning Bolt. But I think forcing them to have the second Lightning Bolt is kind of reasonable. I think I'm going to writ gifts. I need to make sure I'm not being stupid here, though. So you get the flashback Serum Visions. Like, they've already been through one bolt. They're representing another bolt. But, like, it can't be, like, a shock of any kind. Because, like a Tar Fire, I don't know. Like, it doesn't kill Baral. There's only 4 Lightning Bolts in any given deck. They've bottomed a lot of cards. I'm just going to writ gifts. Honestly, what I'm the most scared of here is Force Negation. I don't want to get my gifts Force Negation. I don't want to get my Passive Flames Force Negation. So I kind of want to draw a Merchant Scroll and find a Remand. But I may not have time for that with this Arcanist attacking. Arcanist isn't a lot of pressure, but they're just going to find enough counter spells and lands and stuff like that with these Serum Visions that we're just going to be kind of in rough shape. Like, they never have to tap out again now that they have this threat in play. I don't know what they're doing here. I don't know why they're thinking they have no free counter magic here. So we're going to grab Ritual. We're just going to grab the normal split. I would like to be able to grab a Merchant Scroll in addition so that maybe I can go find a Remand, but we just don't have the resources available to us to do that. And plus, like, just getting this resolved gets us closer to a natural kill anyway, even if they have a bolt. Why did you decide on 8 Dorks as opposed to 6? So I covered that at the beginning of the video, but basically the answer, Chill Daffodil, is that I want my deck to do the same thing every game. And so I want to start out where I always have a creature on 2. Even if I have multiple, I always want a creature on turn 2. And then I want to have like a Gifts. That's why I play Merchant Scroll. I want to have a Gifts for turn 3. And I want my deck to just like always kill on turn 3 and 4 using the normal Gifts plan. And then when I look at my sideboard, I want to be able to tailor my sideboard using different jukes. And I can trim some bears. I can trim the Merchant Scrolls. And I want to be able to bring in different jukes and stuff like that and play around all the hate, like especially graveyard hate that my opponents are going to be bringing in. So, do you side them out at all? I do. That's what I'm saying. Is like I side out, not a lot. Like I usually cut 1, maybe 2. I never really cut more than 2, and I only cut 2 in like 1 or 2 matchups. I like my creatures. Like I think if they kill the first one, especially if they path it, if they're pathing my creatures, that's a great trade for me. This makes me think they have Force Negation. Maybe not, because like they would just give me Passive Flames if they had Force Negation, right? I don't know. We're probably going to go for it still. Land. We really want to draw land here. Land. Land. Because if we draw a land here, we can play creature. Then we can go ritual. Oh, God. Grapeshot? That ain't it, Chief. Chief. This is tough. We could spew a Pyretic Ritual. So we could... A line available to us is we can play creature, try to cast the first ritual. 3, 5... Costs 4 to flashback. Okay, we have a kill if they have nothing. But obviously they have something, right? But if we miss, like if we go Baral, cast Ritual, they respond by bolting, we can Grapeshot their threat and they have to tap out again. But we're down a Ritual, which kind of sucks. I still think it's worth going for it, though, because we can still answer their threat. We have an extra Grapeshot to boot, and we have... They've been through a single bolt, and the upside is they just die. So... Cast Sprawl. They have Force Negation. I feel like an idiot. Although not really. We still just kill the creature, I guess. And we just try to find other gifts. Ritual. Bolt my creature! Opponent! Well, if they have... Whatever. I guess if they have the... Force Negation, we can still just shoot their thing. Now, if they have a bolt here, I feel like an idiot. Simeon Spirit Guide. What? What is happening? What? Cast a 0-drop. Okay. Do you have like a living end? What are we doing? Ancestral. That resolves, buddy. Are you just dead? You look dead. You look real dead. You have a force? Ah, we're dead. Alright. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't know why we're still playing this. This is very deterministic, but whatever. Slight. Sure. Was Storm count 11? I don't want to cast both Grapeshots, but fuck it. Okay. Same targets. I wanted to build the Storm up to like 20, but that's just going to take a long time, and I'd rather just kill them. Stop clowning around and just kill them. This guy's probably like, wow, what an idiot. It's not even a lethal Grapeshot. What a five-head. Wow, he's so stupid. Thank you. Alright, as you saw, I talked about the risk of going for it because they were representing Lightning Bolt. And if they had a removal, like, I could have gotten punished. Like, I could have. I wasn't dead on the spot if they had a removal spell, but they'd been through one. They tapped out. That's just kind of the spot you have to pick. I don't think not going for it because you're scared of the Lightning Bolt is correct. Like, we baited out the first removal spell with the first creature. We need to just kind of go for it there. The upside's so high. I'm a big fan of high upside plays anyway. This deck is not on my sideboard guide, so we're going to make decisions at random. I think Blood Moon is bad. I know that's going to shock you, but I think Blood Moon is bad. It looks to me like Mystical Dispute might be okay, but they have a lot of red spells. I don't know. I imagine they're going to try to fight me on the counterspell axis, which makes me want these disputes, but they're also going to try to fight me on the Lightning Bolt axis, and like they're already kind of a nonsense Electro Dominance deck, so like Remand is going to be kind of good. Like, the question is, do I want, like, lightning bolts instead? Like, what if they have, like, their plan is just, like, Arcanist and removal spells? Then lightning bolt's good, right? But I think if their plan is Arcanist removal spells, then we're already good against that. So, it's more of, I think we for sure want Empty because it's just, like, a good catch-all. Aria seems a little slow and susceptible to cards like Spell Pierce that I think they're very likely to be playing. Even though they're not going to be able to answer Aria of Flame. Maybe it's worth, like, one. I think Empty's good enough. And we have, hey, Jay Hola, thank you much for the follow. And then we have, like, Disputes. And the Disputes could be good, but I don't know how many counterspells they actually have. Let's put in, like, 1. Let's put in 1. Because, like, we have 3 Merchant Scrolls I want to get rid of. And they are killing my creatures, so I do want all my creatures. I'm going to keep all 8 in. They're killing my creatures. I want that to, like, not happen. And we're cutting Merchant Scrolls for a different payoff card. We're cutting Merchant Scrolls for empty. So we're keeping, as you can see, kind of enacting this idea of, instead of necessarily I always want to Gifts Ungiven them, because that leaves me exposed to Surgical, which they very likely have, I have Empty the Warrens. So that's, like, something I can do. And we're gonna have Surgical Extraction on our mind as we're playing this game. I think they're likely to have 1 or 2 because it's good with Arcanist. And so, yeah, these are cards we're going to be thinking about. We're leaving our Remands in to fight counter magic. We're leaving Echoing Truth in case they have Leyline of Sanctity or something nonsensical. We drew it like an idiot. But we do have Serum Visions. We have the Empty already. I kind of like a lot of what this hand's doing. I think I'm going to keep it. This hand is missing a lot of, like, core pieces for a Storm kill. But it has, like, Serum Visions and, like, an Empty the Warrens to, like, so we can Serum Visions to find rituals. We have Manamorphose, which is great with Empty. And we just have, like, some Storm payoffs. So, I don't know. This could be good. I think I like this. I think I like what's going on here. The champ is in. Yeah, that's what's up. Dispute seems good against Force Negation. Yeah, I don't know how many Force Negations they have, right? Because we saw a lot of red spells there game 1. So, how many forces can they afford to have, if any? How does your build fare against the grindy decks? Because you're not boarding out, you're boarding pieces or a card that gets you up in card advantage. Do you think that a fetch build is better than the fetchless build? Yes, I think the fetch build is better than fetchless build because I think Blood Moon is worth it. And as much as I don't have pieces to board in, I leave my gifts in. I just leave my gifts in all the time. And that's a card advantage card. Like, it's good enough for me. Hasn't failed me yet. I haven't wanted... Okay. Here's my problem with Pieces of the Puzzle. I guess I didn't really cover that. Pieces of the Puzzle is a card that is in your sideboard and does essentially the exact same thing Gifts Ungiven does. It puts some crap in your graveyard, puts some cards in your hand, and it does it for a little cheaper, but you don't get to tutor the cards. And, well, you get to pick the cards, so I guess that technically kind of makes it better in the face of, like, graveyard hate. I don't even think it is. It's basically still just kind of a divination, and that card's really bad. I'm not putting divination in my Storm deck anytime soon. So, I just leave my Gifts Ungiven in, and if there's graveyard hate that I'm thinking about, just grab a different pile. Don't go grab your passive flames. Don't grab your Grapeshots. Grab something like Gifts Ungiven, Cantrip, Cantrip, Cantrip. That's an example. Grab just like some lands and some stuff. Just grab stuff. Make it a 2-for-1 that gets cards you maybe, you know, that are medium out of your deck, get you closer to the cards you want to draw, and it still give you up on card advantage. Just use your gifts better instead of just boarding them out. And that's kind of my philosophy, but I mean, I don't know. It feels almost like, it makes me feel kind of dumb because it makes me feel like I don't really understand the core reason why people put Pieces of the Puzzle in their sideboard, because it just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm not going to do something that doesn't make sense to me because that's just going to not play out well for me. So I play Storm the way that makes sense to me. Ugh, how many land drops do we want to make? We picked up a Gifts Ungiven. We already have 2 more. I'm just going to bottom these lands. I don't really think we want that many lands. We really want rituals to make this Empty the Warrens good. What are the chances they have Flush or Storm in their deck? It feels low. Maybe because Storm won the Open they might, but that still seems like a little marginal. Watch them miss a land drop. The fact they didn't like play a fetch land or anything in fetch makes me think they might be about to miss a land drop. Ding! Got him! No, we're a ritual short. Damn it. Whatever, we can go for it next turn. So now I do want to draw lands because they don't have lands, so I don't want to do anything as long as they're missing land drops because that just lets them use their cards instead of moving to cleanup. Another cantrip? Deal. Dude, congrats. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Sorry I had to F-ball. Sorry I had to beat up on the Amulet decks. I know you were rooting for the Amulet decks to win it all. Amulet, yeah. I know you're an Amulet fan. Maybe they do have Royal Silence. Ryan, I don't think they have Royal Silence. How you doing, Ryan, by the way? You're doing the Tepin stuff now, right? Is that right? It's all good. If anyone was going to beat Amulet, at least it was you. That's fair. I appreciate the support. They missed their land drop again. This game looks like it's probably not going to be very competitive. They might have Force Negation, but that's okay. We have Gifts to rebuild. And Manamorphose cantrips. Alright, they're going to clean up. They're cleaning up a Dreadhorde Arcanist. Reasonable. We drew another Ritual. God, we're so fucking good at this game. Ritual. Ritual. Yeah, let's not Ritual. Let's Manamorphose first. Let's make blue. Blue. I drew another Ritual. I'm so good. Ritual. Use a blue. Ritual. Using a red, I guess. This is 6 mana, so we can empty plus Grapeshot them for a billion D. So let's... Do we Grapeshot first? Because, like, are the tokens better? I'm pretty sure the tokens are better, so let's just Grapeshot them. Yeah, there you go. Get Grapeshotted. Okay. Boros Charm you. Or it's 5 damage. Fine. Lava Axe you. Pew, 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 pew. Same targets. The same ones. Yeah, the same guy. Or girl. Kai Fly. Like K-Flay without the A's. Shoot you. And this makes this Empty the Warrens lethal. Yay! Go. Watch them have Mind Break Trap. Oh, that'd be beating. I would probably lose to that. But for now, I think they're kind of dead. I get the impression they're dead. They might, like, Force Negation a copy. That might happen. Which is kind of what I was trying to play around, is them Force Negating a copy, but I don't really care. Whatever. Oh, this isn't lethal. I lied. This is only 12. God, I'm such a 5-head. Very dumb. Hey, Drake, did you leave your Delvers behind? I did, in fact, Shadows. I did, in fact. Thanks for your reasoning behind that. Like, I am playing Fetches, but no Blood Moon. Like, I'm playing 2 Factor Fiction on my board with no pieces, and Factor Fiction's been putting in work. Factor Fiction seems fine. Actually, Caleb Scherer asked me about Factor Fiction, and I don't really think the card's that good. Like, it seems like it's just worse than Gifts Ungiven. My opponent has conceded the game. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. I don't know. I don't understand why you want Factor Fiction. Like I said, Caleb Scherer asked me the same question. I'm just like, dude, like, just cast Gifts Ungiven. Why are we trying to find other card advantage engines? We already have one. Passive Flames, Empty the Warrens, Gifts Ungiven. All of these are card advantage engines that pay us off for casting a lot of spells. Why are we trying to put, like, divinations in our deck? Stop. 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 Don't do it. And, like, Factor Fiction is a lot worse in our deck, I think, because we're boarding out Merchant Scrolls most of the time. And so, if you're going to play an effect like that, just play Pieces of the Puzzle, right? Because, like, Pieces of the Puzzle is going to give you the cards you want. I don't know. Shotted by the Grapers. How do you feel about your cantrip count? I feel uneasy running so little on mana cantrips because of Xerox math as far as hitting land drops. I have not really had that many issues hitting land drops, to be honest with you. Like, if your hand is weak, just mulligan. The London Mulligan pulls a lot of weight as far as allowing you to hit land drops. And you don't need to hit all of your land drops anyway. Like, look at this hand. I have 2 land drops. I have 1 cantrip. Okay, this hand's a bad example, but it's still great. Just, like, I haven't really had issues with it. Like, not in tournament, not in testing. Like, I don't really know what the Xerox math is, but I didn't have issues before they allowed opt in Modern, and I don't really have issues now, and I'd rather play Demonic Tutor, aka Merchant Scroll, and it's going to be great. Although if I drew Merchant Scroll here, it'd be really bad. We drew another land. See, I'm flooding. It's unplayable. Give me a Serum Visions. We need to find a creature really badly. Although, we have a nice kill lined up as soon as we find a creature. Spike 4972. Thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Alright, Mind Break Chop would be kind of hype. That is not hype. Oh, fuck! It's the mirror? We're dead. Fucking A. I hate being on the draw on the mirror. I'm just unbelievably dead, actually. Like, it's a wild. Ah! Storm Mirrors. I haven't had to play these in for freaking ever. Ugh. Well. God, this is a basic land shark and Jarl Berserk. Thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it, y'all. Means a lot. Alright. Let's just Serum Visions. We need to find a creature. Like, we have 8. We haven't found one. There's a creature. We don't need the 9th gifts. I don't mind the lands, actually. Hitting land drops in the mirror is pretty nice. We don't even have a kill yet. Like, we need to draw another ritual and we could just be dead. Like, we're very likely just dead. Oh, we live! We live, chat. They're going to cast their gifts and kill us next turn. How nice of them. Never mind, we're dead. Oh, maybe we're not dead. We're not dead! Actually, this means they just don't have a gifts, right? Because they would just have cast gifts if they had it? So what we're going to do is we're going to play Goblin Electromancer. And if we hit, we're going to cast Manamorphose. They have Remand, probably. This looks like Remand. Like, the only way they do this is if they have Remand, in my opinion. But maybe they don't have Remand. We need them not to have Remand because we're not beating the card anyway. But we can play Goblin Electromancer, cast Morphose. If we hit a Ritual off the draw, they're dead. If we hit a Echoing Truth, we're going to make blue-red, obviously. Then we can bounce the Baral, and we're in okay shape. Yeah, that's about it, right? The least amount of damage to take this turn so that they Grapeshot us for the least is to Fiery Islet, so we're going to do that. Red, playing Electromancer, it's going to get remanded, and we're going to die. Don't remand me. Why do you have remand? Fuck off. They have remand, chat. Alright, Jake, hear me out. We side out bears and stuff and board in 4 Delver. Did we get remanded? Yeah, we did. Alright, whatever. Go. 4 Delver, 4 Power, 4 Snap seems loose. Pieces is kind of great. I disagree. Foff gets around Leyline, but that's marginal upside. That's true, Ken, sports fan. I think we're probably bouncing Leyline most of the time anyway to answer it. We dead? Why are we not dead? I don't understand why we're not dead. Foff gets around Leonin too, that's true. I always like the idea of Merchant. Is now good enough, or are you just testing it? What do you mean? I want an open with it. I'm not playing Merchant Scroll like Factor Fiction is for green-black decks, and that's it. For green-black decks, I just want to Blood Moon them. Are we dead? Cast your gifts. It's 2-mana gifts. And 4 Aria. I love 4 Aria. No, 4 Aria is great. I came to clap these shadow decks. Clap them. I killed 2 shadows twice. Why are you Grapeshotting me? Do you just have you have the Piff? So Piff. If you have the Piff, you still screwed this up. Because you had the Remand in graveyard that you could just Remand your Grapeshot. Yeah, you messed this up. What the heck? Is this deterministic even? 1, 2, 3, 4. This was 10. This isn't even deterministic without help. My opponent just totally messed this up. They have Remand in their graveyard. Fast and Flames it. What are you doing? Whatever. Congrats on your big win. Thank you, Gerald. It's the 2-2 for Gifts Piles. It is for Gifts Piles. 6'7". I just want to say congrats. You have great commentary as well. Don't change. Not planning on it, Basic Land Shark. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that worked. Gonna buy them? Yeah, they're pretty good. How much is this for? This isn't for 14. Do you just have a gifts? What the fuck are you doing? Whatever. It probably doesn't matter. They have actually so many resources. Conan, it's pro player Drake Sasser. No, you're the pro. You're the pro. How many? Wait, what? Oh, they just have the second Grapeshot and the Remand. All right. I get it. I'm dead. When against Thoughtseize or control decks, how do you decide between waiting one more turn or going for it? In general, I just wait. Like, I'm willing to take draw steps against Thoughtseize decks for as long as I can. Because Past in Flames is going to be a good card as long as they don't find Scavenging Ooze. Now, if they find Scavenging Ooze, they get kind of punished for it. But Thoughtseize, I'm not that scared of. I'm much more scared of Graveyard 8, like Scavenging Ooze Relic, because my plan to beat Thoughtseize decks is to eventually just bust Past in Flames and kill them. Alright, the Mirror. Ugh. So, the Mirror 101 is that the counter spells are great. Removal spells are great for killing their bears because it slows them down infinity. Your bears are great, so leave them all in. And Gifts Ungiven is only fine because it's very susceptible to counter magic. So we're going to board out our Merchant Scrolls. We're going to board out... God, if they're playing my list and have Leyline of Sanctity, I want to board this out, but I can't. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? It probably means I can't bring in these damn disputes, even though they're good against the bears. Or maybe I just don't bring in Abrades. What if I did that? That seems insane. Like, this is not how I normally play the Mirror at all. But, given how the Mirror plays out, like, given how the Mirror, I think, is going to play out now, why did I put a Leyline on my sideboard? Because they're 100% going to bring it in. If they're playing my list. Christ. What did I do? What have I done? I'm assumed you're queued for Pro PT 2021. I am, Conan. Are you as well? I would like to get a testing group together. He's not as good as Shadow, but IDK, I will test it. Well, I mean, L or I0UEN, it's actually for just juking Graveyard Hate. Like, if you're playing against a Rest in Peace deck, you want your freaking Arias. Like, you don't want to be running my list without some Aria of Flames in your sideboard when you're playing against Rest in Peace decks. I don't want to sideboard for the Mirror. The Mirror is not in my sideboard guide either. I was not expecting to play against the Mirror. I don't know what I've done. Ikashi, thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Maybe I just don't bring in the disputes. That seems insane. Especially on the play. What if I just did this? This seems insane. Like, the Abrades are good, the disputes are good, but so are a lot of my main deck cards. If they have the ley line, they have the ley line. I'm not gonna leave the Echoing Truth in. Like, if they have the ley line, we'll fucking concede, we'll move on with our lives. It's fine. It's fine. There's one. I had one in the deck. Thanks for the host, basic land check. I will be after I do well at MC Richmond. That's fair. Good luck. Nice. Look at this hand. It's a full house. We win the poker hand. Alright, see these hands that don't have lands in them? We mulligan them. This hand has one land in it and it has a creature. Actually, this is a turn 3 kill with a second land, right? 3/5. Yep, this is a second kill. This is a kill with a second land. But we need to bottom this Past in Flames. Bye. Done. This is... Yeah, we just need to find a land in a few steps and we have a turn 3 kill. Yeet. Yeet. Land. Ding. Alright. There you go. Dementia Master Shake. That's a hell of a name. Thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. What are the chances they have the bolt? Is it like 100% or is it 100%? Somebody give me an estimate. On a scale of 1 to 100. The chances they have the bolt. Because we are in bad shape if they have lightning bolt. Or dispute. Holy shit if they had dispute. Drake, was fun hanging out this weekend. Yeah, thank you. Yep, they have the bolt. God damn it. No Factor Fiction needs more memes. I don't know about that one. They have their own creature. All right, we're going to draw lightning bolts now, chat. We're going to draw lightning bolts. Or a creature. Creature kills still, right? Oh, it does not. What we're going to do is we're going to cycle this Manamorphose and hope to draw a bolt or a creature. Although creature doesn't kill F without this Manamorphose. Whatever. 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can splice. So 3. No, we can't splice. Christ. Oh no, our hand is so much worse. We had the turn 3 kill. We had the bolts. Alright, fine. Chat, we're dead. That sucks. Storm Mirror too hard. Gosh. I'm about to like scrub out just playing Storm Mirrors. Yeah, I'll probably die to that. Since they're playing Shiverneath, I would assume there's way less chance they're playing your list. I don't know. Caleb Scherer was playing my list without fetches, and they probably are just doing that because fetches are expensive even online. What does this hand do? I think we can Gifts Instep and kill them, but I don't think we're getting another turn, so we're just going to pass. Hope they have nothing. We're going to Gifts Instep, and I think we have a kill. Alright. Maybe we just take this hit. We take these. We take these, chat. Alright, yep. Not dead. Not dead. This probably means we're getting remanded then, right? Because, like, what kind of hand do they have? They have 4 cards in hand. They don't have a kill. Like, what does their hand do? I don't know. Hopefully this resolves. Don't dispute me. Fucking A. Creature. Creature's a kill. Holy shit. 3, 4, 6, 7... 4. Go down to 4 with 1 mana left. I think we're a mana short. Wait, no, we can grab a creature. So we got Ritual, Passive Flames creature. They've been Ritual. Then we get creature Passive Flames, cast the creature. 3 mana. No, we're mana short still. Fuck. Really? 3, 4, 6, 7, Down to 4 floating with 1 extra. Yeah, I think we're done. I think we are still a mana short. Sure. What if we grab... God, bottoming that Passive Flames was such a beating. If we grab Ritual... Morphose doesn't do anything. Yep, I think we're a mana short. Alright, so passing it is. Nice. And if the instep gifts us, we'll just concede. Alright, they don't have gifts. You love to see it, chat. Love to see it. They might just have like a hard storm kill. Like they could just Grapeshot us for like 4 and we die. But we're going to try to Gifts Ungiven again. And when it fails, we're going to hate ourselves. Alright, yep. Here we go. More damage. More beatdowns. These bears attack for a lot. We're on a 3-turn clock. Gifts you. Alright, it worked. We definitely want Past in Flames. I'm trying to think if there's any merit to, like, we have 1 billion rituals. Why grab rituals, right? Like, we're untapping. We're going to have 1 million rituals. Why grab the rituals? What if I did, like, Passive Flames, creature, Grapeshot? Is that insane? So they bin the creatures. I get Passive Flames, Grapeshot. We go 3, 4, 6. Keep Desperate Rid in hand. Past in Flames. They counter it. I think I'm going to do that. That seems insane. What about 2 creatures, Morphose Flames? Drac. 2 creatures, Morphose Flames? We have a Morphose in our yard already, so I don't really want a second Morphose. Like, Morphose just isn't that good because it doesn't make mana. Whereas, like, Past in Flames... Creature, Grapeshot, like, helps us a lot if we're trying to just go off without a creature. I'm going to do that. Bunch of weird gifts piles. Yeet. This kind of seems right. I don't know. Let's do it. They give us creature. We're just going to play one of the creatures and then cast rituals over the top of any lightning bolts they may have. So we should be okay. We still lose to another Remand, but... I don't know. I imagine they would have cast the Remand. Yeah, they've been to the creatures. They don't have room to for a creature. Creature! We're going to draw one. We're going to draw one. Alright, quick math time. So, 3, 4, splice to 6, cast Past in Flames, start casting these. So, we'll go 3, 4, splice again, assuming we don't get remanded. Can we get to 20? Is there a remand in the yard? There's not. Morphose. Maybe we'll find like a creature though. I don't know. Let's go for it. Huh! Oh, they have 6. How nice. Eat. What kind of mana do you think I want to use? Cast and splice. Splice. Okay. 6 mana past. Eat. Alright. So let's Pyretic Ritual. Pyretic Ritual. Cast and splice. Okay. So that's Storm 7. So we need to find a Remand or a creature. So let's cast this Sleight of Hand. And we have a Morphose. Maybe Serum Visions is better. I want to not constrict my blue sources. So let's Serum Visions. Let's find a creature. Lightning Bolts. Ooh. Bottom. There's a train coming, chat. So we can bolt them to 17. We have 1. We have a lot of mana. I bet we could just like cast a bunch of shit at random and be okay. Yeah, let's just cast a bunch of shit at random. Huh. Blue. I did not do any of the math on this go off, by the way, chat. I'm just like doing stuff. Slight. Try to find a Remand. Past in Flames? Past in Flames might be kind of good. We need to get up to 7 spells. And none of these spells are cheap. So is this Past in Flames better than not? So we have Ritual up to 6 mana. Then we can cast the Past in Flames out of hand again. That gives us 2 more spells. Cast Ritual. Do we have enough mana for bolts? 6 bolts. Yeah, we can bolt twice. So I think we just take this passive flames. I think we have a winning line. So let's just make sure. From this spot, we have 6 mana right now. We can go to 7. We can bolt to 6. If we take this passive flames, we go to 2. Flashback to Ritual again. Bolt them again. Grapeshot them. Math checks out. Math checks out to me. All right, that looks like a kill to me. Okay. Ritual. 6 mana bolt. You. Past in Flames. Red. Cast the Ritual. Bolt you. Grapeshot you. Dub! Look at that, chat. I had it the whole time. Had it the whole time. Watch us get quick and Grapeshot. Yeah, we would die a lot. Passive Flames is crazy good here. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, if they had Counterspell, obviously, then we were dead. Okay, on the draw, I want to interact a little bit more, so I'm actually going to put Mystical Dispute in my deck on the draw, and, like, I'm going to cut a little bit of our NASCAR here, so let's cut... What sucks? Creatures aren't the best, but we do need to draw creatures. Remand's good. What chances we get emptied? It feels like 0. But it would be kind of a beating if they emptied us, right? What if we shaved a Remand? Is Remand that good? Remand's probably fine. I'm going to cut something. Have to cut something. I'm going to cut one cantrip, chat. No, I don't want to cut that one. I want to cut a sorcery speed one. Fuck. I should have cut a sorcery speed one. Because I want to hold up my mana on turn 1. So what my plan is this game is to hold up Dispute or Bolt on turn 1. Oh, well, my hand doesn't do that, but that's what I wanted to do to, like, counter their creature or kill their creature on turn 1 and then not end up casting my cantrip. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan this hand just because it doesn't do that. Like, this hand's super functional. I would keep it in the blind. But maybe it's just, like, kind of sucks. Whatever. I don't think we can mulligan good hands. Like, our deck doesn't mulligan that well. We are a critical mass deck. We're just going to hope to draw a Bolt or a Dispute and be able to hold it up. Now, if we do draw a Bolt or Dispute, we're not playing a Serum Visions on turn 1. We're going to play it on turn 2. Canal. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, now we are going to play Serum Visions. Try to find our own creature. Okay. Okay, and? Bottom, both lands. We don't want more lands. We have a bunch of them. Go. So now we still need a piece of interaction, but we have a Baral, which is kind of nice. They don't have a creature. They have Remand, so we're not playing our creature out. We have our own Remand. Ooh, the plot thickens, chat. We drew a piece of interaction. Piece of interaction. So hopefully we Remand them, untap, get to go like Morphose past. Then kind of sick of... My turn? Oh, you shouldn't have. We drew a Bolt, too. Wow, I'm so good at this game. Let's Serum Visions. Dispute? Good God, we just drew it all. I have, like, a bunch of protection for my creatures, so I don't think I want another creature, but I think I do want this Ritual. Go. Oh, I guess I should F6 in case they have Ritual. Well, F16 was kind of big brain. Alright, they're just taking draw steps. This is going to be our 8th card. He draws deterministic if you draw well enough. You're damn right, Akashi. I was scolded for saying Storm is a critical mass deck, but it is right. Storm's definitely a critical mass deck. The thing is, it's kind of an A plus B deck as well. What are we doing here? I can just discard this passive flames, right? What is this holding pattern we're in? Good God. Like, I need another land now. I feel stupid for bottoming those lands. I'm just gonna discard the Passive Flames if they don't do anything. Okay. Oh, don't get your shit fucked up. Oh no, opponent. Oh, don't do it. Oh no. Oh, chat. Oh God. Chat. Oh, the 2-for-1. That is lesson 101, where if your opponent's about to move to cleanup, don't cast spells. Sure. Bolt that. We're just going to bolt it now. I don't think they have another creature, and even if they do, I don't think they have a go off this turn, and we do. So I want them to stay tapped out, not do more things, and if they cast another creature, I want to just kill them. Fuck. That's bad. So if they have Baral, we're in tough shape because they go blue-blue. Keep Baral up. All right, they don't. Well, nobody lives forever. Here's Baral. Maybe we just pass. Is it insane to just pass and keep Remand up? I don't think it is. But we're going to do... Oh, they're dead. They're just dead. Sicko. Ritual. This is for... Yeah, I think they're just dead. I didn't really do the math, though. Because math is for chumps. Oh, now I think they are dead. This is 6 mana, right? Yep, now they're dead. Is it free to play Goblin Electromancer? Electromancer down to... It's not, right? Electromancer down to 3 mana. Cast Gifts for 2 mana. We have 1 mana. It's not. So let's Gifts Ungiven them. Yeet. Do it to me, Poppy. Alright. Rit. Are they done? Go! Storm Mirror! So yeah, they are playing my list. They have Fiery Islet. See? Look at that, chat. Look at that. Look at that. 2-0. 2-0. Don't call it a comeback. Oh, yeah. Dracothan, what's up, Blitz? I will make fun of you for that jersey today since you won it open last weekend. Very fair. Yeah, the Outlaws had a rough season, didn't they? Hey, Nubs, how are you? It's good to see you again. Ugh. Yeah, I won't lie to you, chat. Game 2, when I went for it, I was very much kind of knocking the top of the deck. And you have to do that sometimes. And that... Unfortunately, that's not really something I can teach you. Because, like, if you saw, I just kind of started casting spells because it felt like a kill. And that's from a lot of years of playing Storm. Like, it wasn't deterministic. I needed those cantrips to hit something. But, like, over the course of years, you know that most things are going to be good. Like, rituals are good draws, bolts are good draws, like, whatever. Like... You have a lot of draws that get you out. Even a creature, like finding a creature, like put you in good shape. There is going to be some times where you don't have the deterministic kill dialed up, but like your Past in Flames is going to represent you drawing a bunch of cards and casting a bunch of spells, and you have the potential for a kill. And it's pretty, I mean, it's whatever. I can't give you the actual percentage chances because I can't run the numbers, but I can leverage experience in like what is enough critical mass to actually be able to kill your opponent. And like... Game 2 of that last match kind of showed that, where I was like, well, I don't really think we're getting better. I don't want to try to give my opponent another draw step, and I think we have the potential to set up a kill here, so I'm going to try to. And we ended up finding a kill, but I don't think I just luck-sacked my way into a kill there is what I'm trying to say. Like, it kind of looked like I did, where I just, like, drew the right cards, and it's like, wow, he's so lucky, he just draws the kill all the time. It's like, well, I had a lot of resources to work with. I had a lot of draws, I had a lot of looks at cards, like... That kind of thing happens a lot more than you'd think. This hand's great. Look, chat. I want my deck to do the same thing every game. I don't care. 2 creatures, don't care. I have a gifts, I have a creature, I have lands, keep. Every time. I love this deck. Love it. Look at this. It's just like all my hands. Look like this. They're fantastic. You have a better sideboard juke than Aria is, Delver. I don't know why you're so high on Delver Shadows. I'm not sure whether you're a genius or a madman. I'm one of them, I suppose. Pretty good. Life's been crazy. I mean, I hear that. You just had a kid, didn't you, Dubs? What was the first round like? What did we play against first round? We played against some kind of, like, Electro Dominance deck that game 1, we kind of killed them after playing our second creature. They bolted our first creature, we played our second creature and killed them. And then game 2, they never hit their second land drop, so they died. Go. Ink Mob Nexus. Oh shit. Is this Affinity or Infect? If it's Affinity, it's a great matchup. If it's Infect, it's kind of tougher. Hopefully we to get like turn 2. Although we have the Grapeshot in hand, and let me tell you something, chat. Grapeshot against all of those decks, pretty fucking good. Ritual's best draw. Merchant Scrolls, not awful. Baral better than Electro? Yeah, because it doesn't get Gal Blasted, so Baral's better. Like, he doesn't get, like, a non-Metalcraft Galblast doesn't kill Baral, so we're going to play that one first, even though it's more mana. Like, it's easier to cast because of the mana. And we're not sure if this is Affinity or not yet. Super marginal. In general, I suspect this creature is very likely to live anyway. 2 Ink Moths. Play an Arcbound Ravager, please. That is fine by me. Alright, here comes Quad Mutagenic Growth. Deal. Okay. Strange. Land. Land, Ritual, all good draws. Sleight of Hand, and acceptable draw. I think we're going to scroll for Remand. It's kind of a weird play, but I'm a little worried about dying, so I'm going to scroll for Remand. Backpack this Grapeshot to keep us from dying to anything else, and we're going to take this game a little slower. Attack. Show him the business. Show him the business. We can't cast the Gifts this way, but I think that's fine. Like I said, we're drawing to a Ritual to really, I think, to be able to cast Gifts. It is Infect. Excellent. So that's pretty good, because we can like Remand any green spells, and they only have 1 green mana, so it's pretty good. Tesna 2G. Thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. There he is for 2 Infect here. Pretty cool with that. Fine by me, big dog. What is this? This is getting the shit remanded out of it. Oh, yeah. See ya. Gifts Ungiven. Fuck. We even get the loot. That's a Ritual. We take those. Get rid of that. 3, 4, 5, 6. They're out. 6 mana into Gifts. Kills with a bear out. We have 6 mana into Gifts, chat. Observe. Ritual. Manamorphose. Blue-red? Oh, fuck. Well, that means we can play Electromancer. I think this Ritual means I get to play Electromancer. I just don't know why I need to, though. Whatever. Yo. Yeet. Ritual. This is a deterministic kill. Pest. Ritual. We're going for the typicals because all we have to do is cast spells. We have a Remand in our graveyard. Another good reason to grab Remand. Good with Piff. Yeet. So we got a Remand in our graveyard for the Grapeshot in the hand. This is definitely over lethal. They have conceded. They realized I am not a robot and have grabbed the correct cards. So I'm really glad they showed me Pendlehaven. Means they're infect. Means we know to bring in all the removal spells instead of like anything else. Blood Moon is justifiable in my opinion. Dispute I don't think is good enough, even though I think they're going to try to bring in some counter magic to fight us. Empty doesn't block often enough and doesn't kill fast enough. Aria, I don't think they have enough graveyard hate. So Blood Moon is a consideration, but I think it's only really a consideration on the play. I don't think I want to try it on the draw. Remand's pretty bad. All their spells cost 1 mana, even though it was good there. We don't want it in our deck. Merchant Scroll also sucks. Let me line these up. Merchant Scroll also sucks because it's kind of clunky. And we're going to leave the Echoing Truth in because it's kind of a removal spell. Just being able to bounce their creature in response to a lethal kill is very nice. So we're going to do something like this. Just all the removal. Enough to disrupt them. Hope to cantrip into our Gifts. Seems fine to me. What a blazing fast start. Could be Scales. They wouldn't play Scale Up. They showed a Scale Up. I'm ready for you to win now. Could have been Scales until they cast Scale Up. Well, hold on. Why doesn't Scales play Scale Up? Why wouldn't you want to Scale Up in Scales? So what's the thought behind 4 Aria? Isn't drawing 2 pretty bad? No, it isn't, right? Like, it cuts it down by 2 spells. Like, the number of spells you have to cast is cut down by 2. I don't know. I don't remember. I did the math with Phoenix once, where, like, the number of spells you have to cast under Aria, but I think they get better in multiples, not worse. I think the second one's actually a good draw. Alright, 1 land, Ritual, Gifts Ungiven. This looks like the beginning of a turn 3 kill. Chat, what did I tell you? I always want my hands to do cantrip, creature, gifts, snap, keep. All we need to do is draw lands. This hand's broken. We even have a Grapeshot on turn 2. So we can, like, Grapeshot stuff. Ooh, look at your little first badge, Billy. Look at that. That's very sick. That's good. Guess you're right. Scale Up is definitely the new tech in Scales. Yeah, I mean, obviously. No play on turn 1. We take those, chat. No play on turn 1 is nice. Maybe they're holding a Spell Pierce. I don't really know. We need to find a land off this Sleight of Hand. We have 2 draws, obviously, at it, and we have Sleight of Hand. But we're going to hit because, you know, we're very lucky. Are these spell piercing my Sleight of Hand? Oh, no! Okay, this is fine. This is fine. No need to panic, chat. You're panicking right now, and there's no need to. No need to panic. They're going to play fucking idiot on turn 2. Oh, God, that counts. All right, well, their hand's slow, so we have time to miss a land drop. Yep, we definitely did. That's fine. No biggie on missing the land drop here. They're going to hit us for like 4, and then they might kill us. They might not. Who cares? If we draw Lightning Bolt, it's a good draw. If we draw land, it's a good draw. I'm just like, in good shape. We're in good shape. It's like different every time, I think, depending on counters and stuff. Yeah, it's sweet. What? That's a bit sketchy? Maybe. Alright, now I think we're dead. Yeah, I don't think we can win this game. But we're going to discard a Baral. Look, we would have missed, chat. What the crap? I'm so unlucky. What do you have? Yep. Do you have 2 pump spells? Oh, I should not be F6ing. Fuck. Let's put the Fear God in him. Okay. Yeah, let that happen. I have a Lightning Bolt. Bolted. They should let this go. There's no need to kill me quickly. Because, like, as soon as I tap out for the creature, you can kill me. What are you doing? You know I have to play a creature eventually. Why are you doing this? Okay, whatever, fine. I'm dead. You didn't even kill me. What the fuck? What are you doing? Land. Dicks. Alright, fine, you got me. Whatever, we'll keep playing. I'll discard more Barals. Local dope. Thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Everyone panic. No shit. No. Am I dead? What the hell? I always feel dead. This is what I hate about Modern. Why am I not dead yet? Mason Clark, what's going on, brother? How are you? How was your travels? Put that Fear of God in him again. That's fine. It's only 3. Don't care. Alright, what does it put me to 9? So, Bolt's a live draw. We take those. Bolt! Fuck. I think we're going to find the line of attacking, so we're going to concede. These are so many words. Okay. So, on to game 3. Blood Moon's a little better on the play, so I kind of want it. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it, chat. I think I'm about it. Get Stack Launcher out of my deck. Braid maybe sucks. I don't want to interact as much. I want to just, like, kill him. Alright, we're going to do this. I did the math. Determined that Blood Moon was good on the play because I want to try to puck him out. Just like, they go turn 1, idiot. They go rip Blood Moon, they die. I mean, we're going to keep this hand. This has the turn 2 dialed up. We have Rip Blood Moon available to us, but I'm beginning to think that we're not going to have it. That's alright, though. It's okay. It'll be good even on turn 3. It'd be a lot less good on turn 3. Watch them have, like, Forest, too. I feel like such a 5-head. Spell Pierce. This is lame. Like, why else would they hold this app, right? Unless they have Spell Pierce. Makes Rip Blood Moon look pretty stupid. Sure, we'll put an island in play. And one of these bad boys. Dismember. They did not. Block. I would like to move to blocks. I don't understand how we keep dying to Inkmoth Nexuses. This matchup's supposed to be good. What the heck? I think this matchup's good, at least. We have a lot of removal on our board, so we interact with them better than they interact with us, and we have a similar clock. So I think this matchup's favored. But we're drawing a lot of lands. I can play Electromancer, or I can try to find a piece of interaction. I think I'm going to do the latter. Try to find a piece of interaction. Dang, I'm so smart. No. Give him the business. Show him what's up. Tackle the Electromancer. Taste it, taste it, taste it, taste it, taste it. Your turn. This bold is a little conservative. I could have probably played the Electromancer and not really had a problem, but yeah, I don't really care that much. Might bolt it on instep anyway. There's like a real consideration to that. If we end up with it, we could have blocked. Not interested in blocking. Some really great points in favor of Delver. Don't encourage him. No attacks. What is this? Are you like watching my stream or something? What the heck is this? Alright. Do we put the Fear of God on him again? We're putting the Fear of God on him again. Attack. Block. You won't. They probably won't. Yep, there you go. We'll probably start cycling these Morphoses now. I'm at least going to cycle one of them. Blue. Red. Baral. Okay. Yeah, let's just play Baral. More creatures. Yeah, let's just take the game slow. Take it slow. And then next turn, we'll cycle our second thing. That is fine. I'm also okay with this. Sounds good to me. I will not block with Baral. I've taken one poison. Not super interested in bolting it. Ritual. Okay. Morphose. This is the problem. This is why I like Merchant Scroll right here. It's because I want to draw Merchant Scroll now. But I can't. Alright, we got a clock assembled, chat. This is a clock. They're holding up Spell Pierce, I'm pretty sure. But we have literally a billion D mana. Drawing like Blood Moon to just like kill both of their threats too. It's nutso. What are you doing? You have Dryad Arbor? We have like a fair bit of outs. Even the Passing Flames lets me draw like 3 more cards, which is pretty nice. I think we might die this turn. Maybe not. There's a chance we die this turn. Because, like, they can just main phase a thing. We have to bolt. They respond with another main phased thing or whatever, and we just die. I don't know. Maybe we don't die. We dead? I was holding my breath there, chat. We didn't die. That was my second poison counter. What is this? Blighted Agent. Okay. Alright, my turn. Good card. Need a good one. Alright. Well, if we never draw anything, we're probably going to die. Block. I love this. They're scared of the race, chat. They're scared of the race. We're racing. Yeah, let's put this land in play, I guess. Doesn't really matter if we hold the land or play land, but whatever. Pretty cool. Is it aggro brew? Dude, we killed Dominic Harvey with it. Here we go. 3 Inkmoth Nexi. It's pretty stupid. Probably should animate both. Makes sense. I think it makes sense to animate both. Like, actually let you win the race. Okay. Okay. Kinchi, thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. How many counter spells do you think are in their hand? It has to just be like 1 billion, right? What are we doing here? Serum Visions. Serum Visions. Good one. Sleight of Hand. Lightning Bolt. Chat, I swear to God, say I won't. What the shit? Are they really about this life? What the fuck is this? My heart's beating right now. I'm on edge. What are they going to block? They going to kill my Electromancer? No. Fuck. They didn't fuck it up. Fuck. Damn it. We had a kill. Oh my god. Whatever. Take the damn bolt. I mean, we're pretty insured against a kill. And we have, like, some stuff. So... spooky. It's not that spooky. Like, if they are actively trying to play around double lightning bolt, then whatever. I don't know. I don't really care that much. Yep. Okay. I've been representing Lightning Bolt pretty hard, so they may be trying to play around Lightning Bolt, specifically like Past in Flames Lightning Bolt, which makes sense. Are you the Storm Bros? So how much smack are you talking to Paul and Caleb right now? I've talked a fair bit. Target creature gets +1 +4. Huh, that would kill me. I guess we should bolt that. Mutagenic. So it'll make it 5 toughness. So we still have to bolt it again. Alright, does it matter when we do that? I don't think so. Bolt it. They have Spell Pierce, so we can play around it by obviously ritualing. Flusterstorm. Alright, chat. You know that thing one does? How about making a fuckload of mana? I think we need to make 5. Alright. Now they can play them wherever they want, but it's quite the spew. Yes. Alright. Yes. Alright. Yes. Turns out they had Flusterstorm. Go figure. Kill your thing. Thank you. My turn. Past in Flames. Damn it. Pyretic Ritual. Alright, well, sometimes you just gotta make them kill you, I guess. Do you have it or not? You gotta come up with 7 points this turn around that. Because you're dead on board. Oh. Yeah, this game's been kind of stupid. What is this? What is 2 mana? Stop. Don't tap 2 mana. What are you doing? No. Don't do it. Oh, fuck. Well, you need another blocker. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this Inkmoth playing defense. Defense, chat. Alright, let's crack this fucking Islet. Give me another card. I cracked Islet. Look at it. It mattered. And I found gifts. Chat. We did it, chat. I'd like to thank my mom. And I don't know, other people. Just cast this, whatever, man. This is a 1 mana Gifts Ungiven. Why did I even cast a ritual? I don't know. Oh, what did I just do? Did I just mess this up for you all? I think I did. That should be better. You're dead! Okay. We need a Past in Flames. We need a Grapeshot. We need... I mean, we can almost just get Abrade, like, Bolt. And they just die, right? Because we could just, like, kill their fucking blocker. Oh, they don't want to play anymore. Go! As you can see, I'm a Storm professional. I'm glad all of you are here for this. You know, that was, you know, literally just how I always do because I'm very, very talented and very, very smart, thin, and handsome. Islet won us the game. Yay, results-based thinking. What do you mean? It's free to put in your deck. As you can see. Oh, look at this, chat. Could it be? Cantrip on 1, creature on 2, gifts on 3. I hope you're learning a lot from this stream. You just open your hand, it has everything you need, and you kill your opponent. It's not that complicated. It's really not that hard. People act like Storm Modern is hard. It's not. It's really not. You just kill your opponent. Is this Infect again? Fuck off. Oh, it's Amulet. Perfect. We take those, chat. We take those. I don't really want to put myself to 18 at the moment, because I could die to an Amulet. Yeet. And we have a Baral anyway. So maybe we'll find a Fiery Islet. And that Passive Flame is actually a good pickup. The question is, do we have, like, time for cantrips? I don't know. We have a Morphose, so if we draw a Ritual, we already have the Passive Flames in hand. I don't really think we have time for more cantrips on the draw, so I'm just going to bottom both of them. Go. Unfair players keeping some sketchy hands. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they probably had that Fluster Storm in their opening hand. They're just like, oh, don't Amulet me. Oh, fuck, I'm dead. I'm so dead. It's unreal. They have 4 mana this turn, so they can Azusa and kill me. Blech. Blech. Look, I have nothing. It's your turn. Do your thing. Just don't kill me, please. Please. I don't have to die. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree that the Storm players' hands weren't excellent. I mean, sorry, the Infect players' hands weren't excellent. Souza, god damn it! Wait, no, they have Slayers in hand, though. Alright, we're okay. And we can draw Grapeshot. Ritual. We have a turn in 3, but they can grab Pact, I think, but we have Pass and Flames already in hand. Fuck. So they have Gruul Turf in hand to make 6 mana, tutor thing. I think I'm still dead. I'm not positive, but I think I'm still dead. I don't know. I'm just going to hope I'm not dead. Because we have a turn 3, right? 3, 4, gifts with the pass already in hand. Yeah, we have a turn 3. They're in combat! They're in combat. They're in combat. They're hitting me with an Azusa. I'm not even going to block because I don't want to get blown out. By like, because they could, if they had, so the reason we didn't block, for the record, is if we block and they have the Boros Garrison in hand, they can put it in, untap it, give their thing +2/+0, and I lose my Baral. Not worth it. Take the point. Take the point. Oh, that was so fucking good. Islets. Ritual. Manamorphose. Let's go into blue-red. We can make as much blue as we need. Oh, fuck. Well, whatever. Red. Let's make blue-red here. Electromancer. What does that do? It pays for itself. So Electromancer is going to be free over the course of this game because we have the past already in our hand. So, and they have 2 cards in hand. I know one of which is Gruul Turf. So I think we can play Electromancer because it's free to do, and then we just gifts for 2 mana. And then I think this is deterministic. We just grab Ritual, a Ritual, a Manamorphose, and a Remand. Just grab the Grapeshot. Grapeshot's a good floor. If they, like, somehow big brain me, then Grapeshot's, like, pretty good. Because it kills all their creatures. So, this is mucho deterministic. Alright, well, they bend the other stuff. Let's Ritual. Shocker, WTF, thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Means a lot. Alright, 2 mana, Pass in Flames. If they counter it, it's a 3 mana flashback, and we still get to do the thing. So they're very, very dead. Even with a Pact of Negation. Okay. Bog me. I did not play around that. So this means they don't have Titan. There's 1 Grapeshot out of our deck, but we get to keep Pass in Flames. Let's crack Islet. Each. Alright. So we lose all of our shit. That sucks. Okay. The reason we cracked Islet is if we found another Gifts, we could cast a response and our shit would get flashback, but it's super marginal. Now, if they find Titan, we're in a little bit of trouble. But we know their hand's like Rule Turf X. So, like, their hand's not great. And it does mean that we have time. They drew Cement Growth Chamber to pick up Bog. That's fine. Maybe I shouldn't have cast the Rituals then. I didn't really have Bog on my radar. Block. Yeah, now they know I know I can block. Play this. Attack. No reason not to attack. We're very likely to lose. I think because they could just like flash in the bog at any time. Like, you can just keep picking it up. Which he's going to do. And then they'll eventually find a Titan and we'll die. That sucks. We suck. They had one unknown card and it was the bog. I was not going to play around it. It wasn't even on my radar, but even if it was on my radar, I don't think there's anything I can do to play around it. This is a T-West transmute. And I think that kills us. There's no natty bog command? Not quite. So they have 3/4 land drops. I actually think we're just fairy dead, right? No, we'll make them do it. Get ahead a little bit on time. Bog. Have no fear, chat. Some games you lose to Amulet. And that's okay. That's why, for the record, if you watch my top 8, while they're comboing off and putting their Titan in play, I just want to make sure they actually kill me. I want to talk about the play patterns you saw in the top 8. So every single time I would spend my rituals and my Manamorphoses to fire off a Grapeshot on turn 2 over playing a creature to kill their creatures. Because their creatures do shit like this, where it will let them get ahead on mana, it'll let them flash in bogs and stuff like that. So I oftentimes prioritize killing their creatures because I think that sets them back more than it sets me back not to just play my creature for a turn. I think it costs them more than a turn because they're trying to play 2 lands a turn or 3 lands a turn or whatever to get to Titan mana. That sets them back a turn or 2, whereas it only sets me back a turn. And my kill is still faster. So do they? Oh, okay. They just have a billion debogs. Why are they bogging me again? Why did they Vesuva the bog? Just BMs? No, yeah. Why did they grab the Vesuva at all? They have to copy this. I guess they're picking up the Vesuva? Yeah, I guess they're just picking up the Vesuva. Weird. They can just pick up bog. Or I guess they just pick up the Garrison. They can flash it in. They have multiple ways to double strike here. Two more lands. Morphling 401. Thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I find it pretty likely that they're due. And maybe if they screw this up, we can find a kill. I don't know. I find that kind of unlikely, but there's a chance. They're going for the transmute pact line, eh? This is very conservative. Alright, yeah. If I find Echoing Truth, we're actually not even that bad off. Why did they play this Vesuva? To pick up Bog? And transmute T-West? Yeah, you gotta pick your Bog up. T-West, go grab Pact Negation, and I will concede. Alright, bye. You win! Oh, don't want open edge. Edgy. We're dead. We died. Maybe spewed too many rituals, but did not end up mattering. So we're going to cut... Oh, my bad. I cut 1 Echoing Truth, and I cut 1 Goblin Electromancer for 2 Blood Moons. And then we click Submit. Because our main deck matchup's great. And our sideboard matchup's good. I don't like Abrade that much. It's like a little fine on the play, I think. Maybe we can play it over like Echoing Truth or whatever, but I don't love it. It's just not that good. Maybe like over Emergent Scroll or something. I'm not in love with it. I tried it in the finals against Will on the play. I brought in 1 Abrade, and maybe that's okay. Seems kind of marginal. Not in love with it. Are you playing Blood Moons? Because if so, then no. Just Delver beat Amulet. Well, congrats on the win. Thank you very much, Dave Mack. I really appreciate it. Be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom while my opponent's waiting to start. Opponent's deep in the tank about how to sideboard in this matchup, it seems. Trip, Merchant Scroll? Merchant Scroll fucks. What do you mean? Yeah, like, so the Amulet matchup's really good, but it's not unlosable. Like, it's not like an 80-90%, or it's just probably like a 60% matchup, right? Where it's just like, on average, you're gonna, like, combo a little faster, but they can also just have their 2 Amulet draws that beat you. They can have that kind of thing where they punk you out with, like, an instant speed bog. Like, it happens. You can die. It's not unlosable. But in general, I think we were very favored in this matchup, and we're just going to keep this hand. We're going to fetch Shock on turn 1 to make our Serum Visions better, because we're looking for a Blood Moon, because we have turn 2 Blood Moon dial up. They can't kill me if I'm already dead. Facts. So we'll use the Flooded Strand. Oh, I can grab any basic I want later. Yeet. 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 Blood Moon, please. Pyretic Ritual Remand. I like Remand a lot, and I like Ritual a fair bit. We have a second cantrip to find our gifts. But we have enough lands, too. I actually think I'm going to bottom the Ritual, top the Remand. The Ritual's a little attractive, but I just don't think we need it because we have so many lands. So what we're going to do is we're not going to play our creature on 2 in case they have Dismember. They do sideboard Dismembers. And we're just going to leave our Remand up, especially if they play an Amulet on 1. Ancient Stirrings. Look at that cute little kitty. Maybe it's just like a kitty idol, but whatever. It's a kitty. No Sky Sovereign, not good. Sky Sovereign would have been great last game. We could have picked off their creatures. Would have been incredible. Gruul Turf. Deal. This makes me wonder, can they line up a kill next turn? I don't think it's actually possible to kill next turn, which makes me more interested in potentially playing Electromancer, but I think we're just going to play the island. We're going to opt on their end step if they don't play anything I want to Remand, and then we're going to pass. Bandit's great. Wrong Art Stirrings. Fair. I suspect they're going to just, like, play Amulet? I kind of want to Remand this Amulet. No, that's bad. It's kind of bad. Like, it is a little fine because they're probably about to play a bounce land, but whatever. It's everything's fine. Everything's fine. Pick up mine. Like, we want to be able to Remand the Azusa next turn. That they very clearly have. Because their hand is way too slow if they don't have Azusa, so. Opt. We take those. Put on top. And so this hand, if they don't have Dismember, does kill on turn 4 with Remand back up, so we're alright. Oh, fucking A. Hey, USGC Catwalker, thank you very much for the 1,500 bits. I really appreciate it. Drake just wanted to say, great job, buddy. Was proud of you and was proud of you in a sense. A small token for being a good dude. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. The question is, do we remand this? I can make them like pay the life again, and this is why I kind of wanted to remand the amulet because this wouldn't have been possible. But whatever. It's kind of a spew, but I don't think the remand's getting much better. So I'm actually just going to spew it. Oh, we drew another remand anyway. Maximum rewarded. And next turn we can afford to cantrip and then remand again. This also makes them pay a bunch of life to where we can maybe set up an easier kill. Like the reason why remanding Dismember is actually kind of good is because it deals 4 damage. Like it lines up a potential like less... Oh no, that could be really bad. Like you need less resources to kill them with a Grapeshot naturally with this Gifts Ungiven. Sakura Tribe Scout's fine by me. I drew another Electromancer because I'm fucking good at this game. I want to Slight because I don't really want any of the cards I've bottomed thus far, right? Yeah, so we want to Slight now. Hopefully find Moon. Grapeshot. Alright. I feel pretty interested in Grapeshotting this. I think we're just going to play an island. We're going to take this game really slow again. We're going to play our Electromancer, and we're going to say their hand doesn't have everything. So we're going to pass, have the Remand for Titan, which they have access to next turn, and then we have Grapeshot to keep from getting natural bogged. Are you kidding me? What the fuck, dude? Well, I mean, this is what we signed up to do. Put him to 4, and this Grapeshot's just going to kill him. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for playing. You gonna do it again? I played 2 Boros Charms, then drew a card, chat. Like, this Grapeshot, we're just gonna go like, Baral, Ritual, Gifts, Grapeshot. They're dead. They're really debating whether or not they have to dismember again. If they don't dismember again, they're very dead. Opponent's so good. Yeah, I mean, not bad. Not bad. Opponent about to hit us with 4 Death Shadows. I mean, we still all died of that. They should dismember. They have a gain life land in their deck. They're probably just going to grab with this Titan they're about to put into play. And I'm actually just dead if they have an Azusa. But I don't think they do. So they play Bounce Land for turn, cast Titan, go grab stuff. Yup. Maybe I screwed up, chat. Maybe I screwed up. Their hands are pretty good both games. But I think we still have a shot in this game. Two, 3. We need to draw like a ritual. What are we doing? 6. Bounce a land. Titan. Haste stuff. I might be dead. I don't know. That's for them to figure out. Me to ignore. Okay. Definitely give it haste. Did they screw up? Oh no, they just have the garrison in hand. I guess. This just means they have the garrison in hand, right? Yeah, they just have the garrison in hand. That's fine. I think this does kill me now. Yup. Because I took too much damage off my lands. Haste, attack, they grab Vesuva, Sunhome, and we die. Bleh. This game didn't play out how we wanted it to at all. Exactly 16. I mean, I used all my mana every turn, so... Huh. Maybe we played this game badly. But the second Dismember I wasn't really expecting, and I figured that Remand would be good enough, and the fact it wasn't is big sad. Big sad. But it does feel like, given how close this game was winnable. Maybe I should have topped that ritual that I bottomed at the very beginning of the game. It's very possible. Womp womp. Well, beat it when it mattered, and that was in the top 8 of an open, but we just got smushed. Smushed. Fetches XT. I mean, Shivan Reef wouldn't have been much better. Rampage and Narwhal's great on win. I was at Indy 2. Nice. How'd you finish? I don't think there's anything you did wrong. You put on a Dismember for your 2 dudes. Yeah, I mean, but maybe we could have topped that ritual. We could have gone for a kill a little earlier than we did. And I also could have Grapeshotted that one creature, right? Like, that's something I definitely could have screwed up. 3 lands, a cantrip, and a gifts in the form of Merchant Scroll. We keep these, looking for a creature. We have plenty of lands. We're looking for a creature of this Serum Visions. So we're just going to keep this hand. We're going to fetch an island on turn 1 to preserve our life total. Flooded Strand. Well, Flooded Strand sounds like a grindy matchup. Passive Flames is a good draw. If this is actually blue-white control, we're going to Merchant Scroll on 2, even if we find a creature to go grab a Remand. I'm gonna grab a Shockland actually, now that they've kind of shown that they're a Flooded Strand strategy. Topped the Spirebluff Canal. I'm going to set up and pretend this is blue-eye control. If it's not blue-eye control, I'm in a little bit of trouble. So, like, the way I approach the blue-eye control matchup is I want to make my land drops every single turn, and I want to assemble all of my Remands. You're going to watch how I play this matchup, and we'll see how it actually plays out. But, like, if they have a Narset on 3, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, bug. That's not good for me. This might mean they have creatures in their deck, and that's very bad for me. I don't want them to have creatures in their deck. This Horizon Campy's throwing me off. Makes me think Spirits, which means Rattle Chains, which means... what? Means I need to find a creature. So let's do that before Spell Queller happens. That's a creature. Bottom, top, play this, pass. Ugh, Spirits. So we're going to get Rattle Chains done in step, and then they're just going to have all their stuff at instant speed. Okay, we didn't get Rattle Chains. Now I don't know what's going on. Spirit? Human? Spirit. Okay. Spirit. There's no way they're about to play a Lord. They're dead! We killed them! Okay, I guess. I did not see that one coming. Alright, here's Baral. The ol' 3, 5, make mana. Blue. So we can Merchant Troll for gifts, flashback, or cast Pass in Flames, make more mana, and give this flashback. Gifts Ungiven. Cast Past in Flames. Alright. 3, 5, gifts. Yo. Alright, let's go grab Ritual. We have the scroll, so we have a backup gifts anyway. Ritual. Morphose. Grapeshot. Got him. Here's some stuff. Give me Morphose plus Grapeshot, sure. Morphose. Make blue, sure. Pyretic Ritual, Morphose. Blue, red. Let's Merchant Scroll. Go grab Remand. Oh, well, we drew. I forgot. I didn't even see we drew the other one. Whatever. Grapeshot you. Remand the original. I don't want to show them 2 Grapeshots if I don't have to. Yes. Discard this. Same targets. Yeet, 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 yeet. Wow. Thank God for them tapping out for a Windrake. We take those. We take them, chat. We take them. You're playing Modern from 2 years ago. I mean, so are we, right? We're also playing Modern from 2 years ago. Grapeshot. I found the line, chat. How did I do it? Oh, I'm typing in their. I'm typing in their. Look at that. Look at that. I'm typing in their box. That's kind of neat. Okay. Same. Oh, okay. Why didn't you make me play that out? Did you think I was gonna like time out? I don't understand. Okay, a bunch of creatures. Bring in the creature removal. Like, I would bring in Disputes, but counterspells are bad if they have Cavernous Souls or Aether Vials, so we actually do have to cut all of the counterspells, which is kind of a depression. Because the counterspells do look like they should be good. Now, the question is whether or not they're a Rest in Peace deck, and we want something like Aria of Flame. I don't really know. I don't really know a ton about this stupid deck. And, like, what if they have Thalia? There's a bunch of questions that I don't really have good answers to. I don't think they answer my creatures that much, so we're going to cut one. Merchant Scrolls, hella slow. Echoing Truth is really depressing. But we could bounce Rest in Peace. They could have Leyline of the Void. So, I mean, Leyline of Sanctity, the one that matters. So we should probably leave Echoing Truth in. I still think I'm going to cut, like, a creature or 2. And bring in, like, an Aria or 2. What if we did something like this? Like, bring in some removals, bring in some Arias, leave in the primary core combo, and just, like, trim a little on creatures, and the removal spells and the remands are kind of bad. So, like, trim the bad interaction, trim the clunky cantrips, and trim some creatures that probably aren't dying that often anyway, and if they are, they're getting pathed, and we're in good shape if that happens. We like it. Registrar Alpha, just MTGO things, they're kidding. They very likely have Rip. Yeah, I mean, that's why I brought in Aria of Flame. And we have Echoing Truth in our deck. If we see Rips, like if we see them prioritizing Rips, we'll probably bring in another Aria. But Aria is kind of slow and bad, so. We have Aria, thank you very much. That wasn't there 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm sure they have some kind of like, what do they have? Collector Oof, probably. There you go. Mystical Dispute? No, I don't want counter spells in this matchup because they have Cavern and Aether Vial. And it doesn't counter Rest in Peace. This hand would be so good if one of these rituals was a land. Mulligan. This hand is so good, so we're going to keep it. Now we're on the draw. I kind of think we're going to draw a land anyway, so I kind of want to bottom a land and keep the cantrips, which feels insane, but I'm going to be a little more disciplined and actually just bottom a cantrip. Hey, look at me! I'm so smart! Leaving an Echoing Truth. Which is like in their opening 7, and they have Aether Vial. Very nice. Impressive. Most impressive. Abrade. Not such luck. Alright, well, unfortunately, now I feel really regret bottoming this Sleight of Hand, which is why we're going to fetch and try to put the Sleight of Hand back in our deck. Aria versus Leyline. Yeah, Pog. Maybe they'll have a Planeswalker. That's fine. I do not care about that card. Alright, fetch. Grab a tapped Esteem Fence. Man, nobody's playing this deck, like, at the open. What's going on here? Baral. Ooh. I like Baral. Baral. Each opponent gains 10 life. Punt. What are the chances this gets Reflector Mage? Hopefully it's 0. If he gets dismembered, I'm in big trouble. Bormiran, thank you much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the prime. Jesus! Ah, they have all the things! They have so many hateful things. Congrats to the W. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate your support. Balerian Jace. How's it going? Wow. Literally all these cards are kind of good against us. Block. You could have a Lord, fine. I'll take my 2 and move on. Triflin, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Right. Play this. Sleight of Hand. Find an echoing truth. Take a creature. Just kidding, I'll take the ritual. So if the last card is a Lord, which is what they represented, then they should flash it in here. If they don't, we're gonna block next turn. Alright, now we're gonna block this thing. Although now they're representing 3-mana Lord. I don't know, I still kinda wanna block. Yeah, whatever. This clock isn't worth enough. If they're really just trying to sell this like blowout, whatever. They have Queller? Might have Queller. Yeah, let's play Islet and crack it. Serum Visions. Opt. Well, Pass and Flames is pretty bad, but Opt is pretty good. I think I'm going to hold all my spells for another turn. Youngin? Thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. If you play Aria, do you have to start doming yourself? You do. It says target player or planeswalker. Kyokin89. Thank you much. What the fuck? Return this to my hand. You got it. So this is just obviously representing Queller. We're going to Queller it on the way back down. And that also gives them a real clock to play. This thing's like a 3-1, so you can actually cast it. Mostly just kind of seeing what's in their deck, to be honest with you. Like, we're very likely dead this game. But that's okay. I think we're going to take some more draw steps. Fetch. Grab an island. Play Baral. Get it spell quellered. Yep. Queller resolves. Okay. This is non-creature. Instant or sorcery. Yikers. Opt. Gifts Ungiven. Can't target. Uh-oh. Maybe we should empty them. If they're going to bring in all this hate, I wonder if we're actually supposed to have Empty the Warrens. Because they don't block it super well. And, like, they do have a lot of, like, counter non-creature stuff. I'm going to consider bringing an Empty on the play. Over Arias especially. Like, I think it might be a better payoff than Aria. Because, like, it just ignores everything on their table, right? Like, it's just like, what do you have? Like, all the stuff? Cool. Like, make 1 billion goblins. How much is this lethal? It goes to 2. Right. And 1 card in hand. Needs to start with a removal spell. That's a removal spell. Abrade. Deal 3 damage to this. Mausoleum Wanderer. This kills me, right? Pretty sure this kills me. Alright, I'm dead. I think they had to, like, not sacrifice their Mausoleum Wanderer at, like, any point in time for me to win that game. Alright, Aria's out of the deck. Empty the Warrens in the deck. They still don't have a lot of answers to my creatures. We have a lot of removal spells for their idiots. I still want to leave the Gifts Ungiven stuff going on in my deck. Like, all of it's just as bad against Leyline as anything else we could be doing. Maybe that's merit to like cut a gifts, put like a merchant scroll in my deck, just kind of split the difference. This is not calculated at all, but like I kind of want to have a second Echoing Truth if they are planning on leylining us that often. Don't want to change anything else. Still don't really like Dispute or Remand. Like, it just doesn't do what we wanted to do. Maybe we're overloaded on bolts and abrades. I don't really think we are. They have a lot of enchantments. Alright, empty moon in. I don't want to moon them. They're a fetch land Aether Vial deck. I just don't want to moon them. Nate Vilang? I don't know, whatever. 1309, thank you very much for the follow, I really appreciate it. What if we cut the moons from the deck, though? Shut up, Zach. Don't you have some words to be played or something? Blood Moon makes them rely on Vial only, right? I mean, sure, and we do have Abrades, but I don't love that plan. This hand kind of sucks. Looks like they might have a ley line. Yep, that's fine. 2 ley lines. This is why you play Echoing Truth, chat. Fetch... This is also a fantastic Empty the Warrens hand, so if we can find lands plus empty, then we're in great shape. Do not want the gifts. I'm not really sure I even want the land either. I just want the Empty the Warrens. So we're just going to bottom the land, even though I kind of want it. I really don't. Vial. Mausoleum Wonder. Fuck. That's obnoxious. Alright, well. Islands Baral. Go. We can always, like, just Grapeshot some creatures. That's, like, a fine thing to do. Just waiting to pick up these ley lines, so... I mean, just, like, let them put some dudes in play like this. And then we can kill some creatures. Speller ability, sure. Yup. Okay. Past in Flames. How close are we to a kill? 3/5 Grapeshot, paying the appropriate mana. Ritual, just Grapeshot the Unsettled Mariner, pay the 2. Ritual again. I want to cast the Serum Visions is kind of my point. I understand that we can't target our opponent. But like we have 3/5. So we have 3 spells, 4 spell, 5 spell, 6 spell. Grapeshot. Because, like, I'm thinking that we can, like, Serum Visions into, like, anything. Maybe that's ambitious. Because, like, I'm planning on killing both of these creatures. Right now, my plan for this turn is kill all the creatures and cast the Serum Visions. But I'm kind of wondering if we hit Echoing Truth, is there a way we can assemble a kill? I don't think we can. We shouldn't even have enough mass. And even if we hit, like, Empty the Warrens, we can't assemble a kill with that either. So we can only use one ritual. We can, like, ritual. So we play our land. We ritual past. Ritual. Grapeshot for 1. Go 2. 1. Pay the requisite. They're probably just going to use most of my mana, huh? Maybe we just don't cast the pass. What if we just, like, ritual... We'd have to ritual Grapeshot. That sucks. Alright. I mean, we're doing stuff this turn for sure. Ritual. I think we have to speed both rituals, which sucks. Ritual. 2 spells. Passed. So we can pass. What if I don't pass? What if I just Grapeshot 2/1 and wait? I kind of want to cast the Serum Visions. I really want to cast the Serum Visions. If they have Rest in Peace, I feel kind of stupid. Whatever. I don't love waiting any more than I am right now. This is a little aggressive. But they're low on resources too, so I'm willing to do it. Ritual. Bottom. Make blue with this. Abrade. Abrade's actually kind of nice, right? Golden Eagle 5788. Thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. So I'm like trying to figure this out in the middle of the stream. I guess we could just keep the Grapeshot in hand. Is that worse? I don't really know. Feel incentivized to just Abrade. Okay. Pay the blue. Okay. Do we leave all this shit in our graveyard? Do we flash back the past? There's no way we're flashing back the past. So let's just... I hate this. Same targets. Kill it super dead. I mean, inherently it's a 1-for-1, but it does require us to spew a Grapeshot. Alabama fan 012. Thank you for the Prime for 3 months. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot. Fortunate he won by cheating and using his blood moon. You're so salty. Alright, let's get in the red zone. So, like, this way, if we draw, like, a ritual, we can clear their creatures again. And, like, just buy ourselves a million turns to find this freaking ley line. Or an answer to the ley line. Yeah, see, Jog Skull's fine. Visions. Okay. Visions. Oh, God. Bottom. Go. Do you think they have another one? It'd be kind of bad if they had another one, huh? Think they have another Jog Skull? A second ViralDrake would be really scary. Okay, we can beat that. Alright. Take a billion D. But we have a lot of time. I'm not gonna fetch because I want to keep my scries. If I draw empty, I get really punished for the way I played this game. I guess I did bottom 2 rituals that I want to draw now. Oh, that bolt's really good. Oh, let's attack. There's no way they block. There's no reason to. Go. Let's let them hold up a Spell Queller. That's fine. What happens if they draw Spell Queller? I don't really know. Just try to pick this off, take less damage. Yup. I think I do want to draw the 2 rituals that are on the bottom of my library, so I actually think I'm going to fetch now. I didn't really think about it, but I do want those rituals. Nope. That's a good one. Manamorphose. Spew it immediately, because if we draw a ritual, then we draw a lot of cards. Abrade. How much Passive Flames cost? It costs 4 to flashback, and they can counter it for unless I pay 1. Christ. Alright, whatever. Let's just pass. I think this Abrade is going to be more valuable than that, so we'll just continue to hold until we draw like a ritual. And if they ever draw Rip, we're just like very dead, I think. Like, we've overcommitted to this plan of this passive flames carrying us to victory by just drawing us infinity cards. Yup. They have 2 cards in the end. Yup. Everything's terrible. What do you have? No rest in peace, please. Damn it. Opponent. Why are we so unlucky? Then we draw the land? Oh my gosh. Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes. If you don't want to lose the storm enough, you won't. It feels like every single one of their cards is good against us, except the ViralDrake that gives hexproof. Golly. I wonder how many rips they actually play. 9? I'm holding the Abrade for Empty the Warrens in case we like can assemble something into an Empty the Warrens opt. Yeah, like here'd be a great start to an Empty the Warrens turn. The ritual, you're on time, buddy. Ugh, gross. Getting beat up. Another regret not meeting Zach. Fair. Saintly almost. Dude, you gotta tell him what's up. Another rip. I get it. My graveyard. Not using it. Not using it. I promise. Moral and Haunt. Nice. Kill that. I'm done. No, they have no creatures in hand. We're gonna beat him down. We're gonna beat him down, Jet. Nope. Not paying for it. Sleight of Hand. Sure. Sleight of Hand. Empty the Warrens. Electromancer. That beats down. That beats down. Get in there. Yeah, attack! Chat, we're gonna attack him to death. We just need him to whiff every turn for the rest of this game. Okay, that's a whiff. Whatever it is. Merchant Scroll. Oh shit, that's a fucking good one. So we can attack. If they flash in Spell Queller, that's like actively good for us, right? So this is like a Spell Queller check. They flash in Rattle Chains, I feel a little stupid. Okay, alright, no, this is good for us. Because we want to be able to cast all of our spells. Okay. So, we can now scroll for Echoing Truth. Echoing Truth ley lines on instep. Gifts on instep, right? Then we Gifts on instep and we grab value cards and we're going to try to Empty the Warrens them. And hope that's good enough. Sounds good to me. Echoing Truth. Go. I've only played a handful of Start with the Past, but the one game I actively won via Reducer Bear was Bant Spirits. Kind of funny. I mean, we're trying out here. We're trying. It's not going great. I'll give you that. It's not going great. We're at 6. If you found another one, then you got me, buddy. But I wasn't beating it anyway. Alright. So, we want Serum Visions, Morphose, Opt, Sleight of Hand. Done. The old cantrips. Pull the cantrips out of our deck because they're not great draws, and they are cards we want to cast. They're going to bin Morphose Serum. We're going to get the 2 bad ones. Yep. Now this assembles a very good, if we can find it, this assembles a good empty. Petty Theft. Bounce Baral. Okay, that's fine. Land. Sleight of Hand. Desperate Ritual. We could cast another Gifts. and just go for value again, but we're going to die to this Brazen Borrower, so we need the Ritual. Opt. Bottom that. Empty the Warrens, dicks. Baral. I think we're dead. I'm not sure what gets us out now. We gave it our best try. But our opponent had enough pressure combined with enough interaction. Rest in Peace is a card that I would not play Storm if there was a lot of them. That was not a good way of saying that. But basically the idea is if people are showing up with Rest in Pieces, how do they have 3 cards in hand? How do they draw a card? Am I missing something? Oh, I bounced the ley lines. I'm an idiot. Wow. I'm just very stupid. Alright, yep. Yeah, we just have to draw, like, somehow answers to 2 creatures, which I don't think is actually possible. Lay the other ley line. Yup. Good cards. Gifts. Nice. Perfect. Alright, we're dead. We're dead! You got me! We're dead. I'm not moving. You cast 2 rips and 2 ley lines, I'm dead. So, a reasonable 3-2. I mean, we played against, like, a nonsense deck. Storm's pretty good against those. We played the Storm Mirror. Managed to get lucky in that one. We played against a pretty sweet match against Infect. That was a fun one. We got mushed by Amulet. Their hands were good. It happens. And then we got super mushed by Spirits. I'm surprised we got a game off them. Like, their deck's kind of clunky, but man, did they have the sideboard for us. They had, like, ley lines, they had Rest in Pieces, all the whole 9 yards. Metalbot? MTA Metal. Yeah, Metalbot. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. So, we died. And this is, like, kind of the problem. When people in Magic, people that play Modern, fucking hate Storm. They hate Storm. And so, that is not unusual. That, like, when I'm somebody that I've kind of put Storm back on the map, you know. But no, like, seriously, like, with Storm back in the equation for Modern, people often are just, like, over-prepared. They're going to over-prepare for it. They're going to put too much graveyard hate in their sideboard. They're going to put all kinds of nonsense that they, like, want to be good against Storm. Like, even there, like, how slow is Blue-Eyed Spirit's clock, right? Like, if I had ever found an Empty the Warrens, they were dead as shit. Because I had all this nonsense that, like, Empty the Warrens just kind of beats. And that kind of makes me want to cut an Aria of Flame for another Empty. If people are going to put more Rest in Pieces in their deck, like, and play stuff like that, then I want more Empty the Warrens. Like, I would have brought in 3 Empty the Warrens in that matchup, I think. So, I don't really know, but, like, if that's the way the metagame is going to adapt, then, like, we're going to need all the jukes. But yeah, I got Damping Sphere, White Eidolon, Mariner triple, and Ripped once. Yeah, like, Spirits has access to all of the Storm nonsense. They can just Storm kill you, and it'd be like that. Like, there's not a ton I think you can do about that. Can you tell me how to board for you on Discord? Anarchy later. Oh, you're talking to Zach probably. Chillith, thank you much for the follow. I really appreciate it. So let's talk about this sideboard. Dispute's still great. I still like Dispute. But I don't think I want the 3rd. Especially not online. Like, it's still fine in the Storm matchup, but I don't think I want it. The 3 Lightning Bolts were good. Like, we played against Infect and the Storm Mirror, and we want the Bolts and the Abrades against all those, and Spirits. So the Bolts and Abrades are actually kind of good. But I think I kind of want to try cutting an Aria for another Empty, which is not where I expected this to go. Maybe I should cut an Aria in general. Like, is 4 Aria too many? They were really good against Shadow on the weekend, so if people continue to play Shadow, then Aria is great. But I don't know what's going to be present online. Like, and at regionals. Like, at regionals, if people pick up Storm, people pick up Amulet, people pick up Urza, then this deck's still great, and I'm going to mush people no matter what. And the Arias and Flames in our sideboard don't really matter. But if I know I'm going to play against, like, 1 or 2 Shadows, then I'm going to want the 4 Arias. Like, especially, like, if there's Rips going on, not that many Leyline of the Voids. I mean, if there's more Leyline of the Voids, we want another bounce spell, because this is ridiculous. But I don't really know. Storm, Drake, All right, Moto metagames very different. Aren't Moto metagames very different from paper metagames? They are, and I'd like to be able to provide you like valuable information for like regionals this weekend or your next modern tournament. Like I don't want to just be providing information on like, oh, I'm gonna come beat up the Moto metagame. Like, man, I just played against spirits. Let me like hedge my deck for that. Like, no, I'm gonna play what I would want to be playing if I was playing Storm at an event this weekend. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to talk through. And so like the bolts were actively pretty good. The thing is, I still didn't really want them against Amulet. And, like, the fact we lost to Amulet, like, if people are still doing that, should we just, like, have another Blood Moon? Another Blood Moon doesn't seem that bad to me. I think that's what I want to try next. I think next thing we're going to try is another Blood Moon. And, like, even though we lost to Amulet, it's supposed to be a good matchup, like, I think it's also good against, like, Shadow. And I think it's also good against, like, also it makes Zach Allen really mad. But I think that it's good against Shadow, good against Jund, good against all the big mana decks. So, like, having access to 3 is something I wouldn't mind doing because I really just want to turn 2 Blood Moon people. They need to die more. I think he proved you just lose to everything with it. Yeah, Brett K. Merchant Skull is great. Merchant Skull is awesome. It's very good. Yikes, the beats. Yeah, I think I want to try a third Blood Moon. Because, like, we had too much removal in one of the matchups. I think it was the Storm Mirror where I just, like, didn't want to even bring in Abrades. And, like, if these are doubling as, like, Damping Sphere hate and, like, creature hate, and I'm, like, not even bringing them in when I want to kill creatures, then I feel like a kind of a 5-head. So, I don't want to overload on this effect, and I want more Blood Moons, I think. Maybe we're going to try that. Maybe we'll try a third Empty, too. Why not? We'll try it. I don't know that I'll like it, but I think that's what we're going to try next after this. But I'm going to have to wrap up this YouTube video real quick. I still like my main deck. My main deck's great. My main deck's great. I don't want to touch it. My main deck's awesome. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. It's awesome. This main deck is perfect. Although change from my open winning list, change the Polluted Delta to a Flooded Strand. That was just because I didn't have an on-foil Flooded Strand. But in case you want to grab 4 fetches with the Gifts, you want to have access to the Flooded Strand. So, this is what I think I'm going to try. This gives me more, this gives me like a little more versatility in my jukes, I think, and also like allows me like a little bit more punk out access while keeping my my creature removal spells high. So I think I want to try this. I didn't really see that many matchups I wanted more disputes for, and like we already have Remands in our main deck, so we already have access to counter spells anyway. So we're gonna play the next league in a second. For now, I'm gonna wrap up this league and this YouTube video. If you're watching here on Twitch and you have not yet hit that follow button, please do so. It's the easiest way to support me on Twitch, and we'll let you know when I go live. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support me on YouTube, and we'll let you know when I post more videos. Other ways you can support me, my stream, and Team Novus to support our sponsors, which you can see strewn about across the stream. The top center there, you see the Mage logo, the introspective logo. Mage is a mobile app company that produces a mobile app for Magic the Gathering. You can scan your collection in, you can buy cards, you can look cards up. It's just like the best, most streamlined app for Magic that I have seen thus far. Highly recommend it, free to download, check them out. They are coming up on the end of their beta for the Mage Market thing they are releasing. It's just going to be like StockX for Magic, so keep an eye on that. You can follow them on Twitter at Mage Market to see more of that. Also, our other sponsor is Introspective, which makes our jerseys and some of the clothes. We actually have new hoodies coming too that you're going to see Team Nova sporting. Their stuff is awesome. They support Team Nova, so you can save 10% using code TeamNovaMTG at their storefront in the link below. You can check the panels or you can check the description if you're on YouTube to get that. You know, support Team Nova by supporting sponsors. Scrolling beneath my face here, Inklin Customs is the artist that supports Team Nova. She did the art for our logo, our tokens, and our playmats. They all look incredible, and I've been nothing but happy working with her. She actually did the sub badges, and she's going to be doing our emotes for this stream as well. So, very, very involved Inklin. She's easy to work with. She's fantastic, and her prices are reasonable. Check out her storefront below. Hipsters.com is the content production website that Team Nova writes for. You can check out articles, podcasts, merchandise, and more on their website. Free, of course. Everything but the merchandise is free to check out. Get you a little bit better at Magic. It'll support Team Nova. Link to their storefront and their website is below. Also, you have manatraders.com, which is the rental service I use to play all of these decks I play on stream for all of you. You can use code TeamNovaMTG for 15% off your first 3 months with them. Their service is great. Been using it for 2+ years now, and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Easiest way to test for Magic, and absolutely in love with it. So check it out. It's great. And Last but not least, we got the End Games, which is a store in Charlottesville that supports Team Nova. It's local to one of our players. They let us buy and rent cards at a discount. You can too, using code Team Nova NTG. You can save 10% with them. There's a link to their storefront below. You can support an LGS, save a little bit of money buying some singles and some sealed product, and you can support our team. So not really a lot of downside. I really appreciate your support, and I'll check you out next time.